Hey, it's fun. It's Sunday, fun day. Welcome to Prosperous Living. I am streaming on YouTube as well as TikTok. You can subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Prosperous Living with Toyia. The link is in the bio of my TikTok page. Or you can come over to TikTok and follow me there, Prosperous Living with _T. You can also find the link in the description on YouTube. Over here, we talk manifestation. We talk about transformation. We want true transformation. We're not about getting, we're about being. Because when the end of having is being, right? In order to have, you must be. You don't have to get, you don't have to chase. All you have to do is be. Command your reality. And we are creators, meaning what we speak, we call forth into our reality. That's what it means. Being a creator means you make the thing that is invisible to you in this present moment, make it a reality, make it visible to yourself. That's all manifestation is, calling those things that are not seen physically and making them show up, for lack of a better word. So you don't have to worry about how to manifest. You do it all the time. You just have to decide, what do you want to manifest? And train yourself to focus on the end, on your desired outcome. Remain faithful to it. Faith is required to bring the unseen into visibility, right? We don't need faith for things we can obviously see. We don't need faith for things that are obviously proven. We don't need faith for that. If something is objectively there, you don't need faith to accept it. What you do need faith for is the things that you cannot see. Like, you don't see the hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in the bank account. Yes, it's going to require faith for you to manifest that. You don't see your doctor's report saying that you are well, or you're healthy, or that you are at ease in your body. Yes, it's going to require faith for you to manifest wellness in the body, to manifest healing in the body. Not to figure out how it's going to happen, but to know that it's already done. That is the condition according to the script. And here's the thing. You don't take anybody else's word for it. You test it for yourself. God, source, the I am, is all about experience. It's not about words, it's about deed, right? Prove me now herewith and see, says the script, if I will not open up the windows of heaven and pour you out blessings that you do not have room enough to receive. So it is telling you to prove this law. Command you me. What would you have me do for you, says the Christ, says the central character of the Bible. What would you have me do for you? And so then you say what it is that you want. What do you want? What is your desire? And the moment you declare what it is you desire, you move from wanting to having. You have to get out of the wanting state and move into what? The wish fulfilled state. The state of knowing, the deep conviction of having the thing you desire. You have to see yourself with it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. See yourself with it. And so the script reminds you that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And what the Word was God, the Word is God, because God is now, right? God is forevermore. God is infinite. God is eternal, right? It is and will forever will be. Same thing we say about energy. So God, energy are synonymous, because we understand through science has confirmed, right, that energy was never created and thus can never be destroyed. We all have come to a unanimous decision upon that. That's who God is. Energy, never created, never destroyed. And you know that you are an energetic being. So with that being said, that means you were never created and thus can never be destroyed. We're not talking about the physical body. Remember, we're talking about the I am, the spirit, the unseen, the invisible. The real you is invisible. This body is just a projection of who you truly are. It's the illusion. So what is it that you want? Hey, 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 pretty as Lene, welcome, welcome, welcome. Prosperous family, YouTube family, welcome, welcome, welcome. Put your questions in the chats. You have questions regarding manifestation. If you have questions regarding like why isn't it happening? Why don't I see a difference? Why don't I see a change? And we're going to help you understand why you're not seeing the thing that you want. Because you have to understand it's your desire, your manifestation is connected to your self-concept. Your self concept is the main ingredient to realizing your desire. So if you're not getting the thing you want, it's what you think about you. Because what you think about you is what you experience about you. Your thoughts about you is what causes things to come into your world. So what do you think about you? Do you know that you can have whatever you want? The script tells you that. It says whatever you desire when you pray, all you have to do is believe you have it and you shall get it. That's it. The moment you decide that you have it, it's yours. The moment you decide, I am that, this belongs to me, then you should have it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And we don't go according to circumstances. We don't let the world dictate. We dictate the world, right? We command the world. We do not allow the world to command us, right? We are not moved or shaken by outside circumstances. We do not let the world of effects dictate because the world of effects has no power. It is what the projection of what's going on within. So we know that the circumstances or situations are only caused by what our thoughts. So if we want the outside to change, we have to do what? Change the inside. We have to change the way we think. So the script helps you. The Bible helps you change the way you think. Is it necessary that you understand script, that you know script? No, it's not. All you have to do is understand how to change the way you think. Now, that is a requirement. Because as a mind man thinks, so is he or she. So it is a requirement that you change the way you think. And so the Bible is a useful tool because it is a book all about you. It is a mind science book. It is psychology. It's allowing you and showing you that the world is mental, that what is subjective becomes objectified, right? The world is subjective, then it becomes an objectification, becomes something you can detect with the five senses, something that you can see, taste, hear, touch, and smell, right? So what was first subjective becomes a what? An objectification, an objectified fact. Peace and blessings, Sandy. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning. So we use the script that tells you that you are God's, telling you that you are a creator, telling you that you are one with all there is, that there is no separateness there, right? There's no separateness. You are God. That's who you are. And if you don't like what's being said, then this platform is not for you. I'm not here to argue over anyone's beliefs. You get to have them, you get to keep them. No one wants to take them from you. If you believing in Jesus, Allah, Brahman, Vishnu, Krishna, whoever you're, Jehovah, Yahweh, whoever you're deciding to believe in, and that works for you, then why would you change anything, right? This is about how to use that power that you lovingly serve, that you lovingly worship, and get that power to work on your behalf. And the power tells you that without faith, it is impossible to please the power, right? That faith is the requirement. And faith comes by what? Hearing, and hearing by who? The word of God. And what is the word of God? In the beginning was the word. The word was with God, and the word what? Was God. So God and word are synonymous. So with that being said, let's take Isaiah 55 and 11. It says, so shall my word, which is God, be that goes forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. And how do we also know that this is true? Because I know those of you that are familiar with religious organizations, specifically Christianity, the different religious leaders would tell you that scripture confirms itself, right? So we'll go to scripture to confirm Isaiah 55:11, which is found in the Gospels. I don't remember what the scripture is found, but you can Google it. It says, you are justified by your word, and you are condemned by your word. It all falls at your feet. It all falls at your feet. Everything begins and ends with you. Hello, Anson. Okay. I mean, yes, if it doesn't, if you don't see how this benefits you, you can subscribe. You can become a member on my YouTube channel. There is where we do manifesting Wednesdays every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we do it over on YouTube as well. You can catch the recaps on Manifestation Wednesdays on YouTube. That's where you can subscribe to become a member on YouTube. Where we talk manifestation all day long, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for a few hours. But this platform is all about manifesting. It's all about manifesting your desires. Manifest your desires. Decide what you want. Decide what you want. Believe you can have it. Believe that it's yours, and it shall be. It's so simple. I know we want to complicate it. And it's soon. And the biggest challenge for most people is remaining faithful, being persistent, honoring their word, letting their word be their bond. As soon as things don't appear to be going their way, they fall out, they pass out, they want to complain and struggle and doubt and allow fear to come forth. You have to know who you are and stand in that knowing, right? That's why you're told by the script to be still and know that I am God. You got to be still. Stop trying to do too much. That's the problem. You get in the way of your own manifestation because you weren't told you weren't told to make a thing happen. You were told to just believe it has already happened. That's all you're told. You're not told to do anything. You're told to be. Be the thing. Be the person. Be whoever you say that I am. Who do you say that I am? Then be that. Not try to figure out how to get it. Not chase a thing, but be the thing. Be the person that has the thing. You have the script in Matthew 6:33 that says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of its righteousness, then all the things get added to you. So what's the kingdom of God? The kingdom of your good. And what's righteousness? Right thinking. And so when you think right about life, life shows up for you in a right way. That's why it says that things get added. It doesn't say you have to chase it. It doesn't say you have to go get it. It doesn't say you have to make it so. It says, accept that it already is so. Whatever you desire when you pray, says the script. Believe you received it, and what? You'll have it. It'll come. Your only condition is to believe it. So then you test it. You say, really? Is that all it takes? That's all I have to do? All I have to do is say what I want and then do nothing? Exactly. Say what you want and do nothing. Do nothing to speak against it. Do nothing to make it so. The only thing to do is to believe that it is, right? To believe that the thing that you want already belongs to you. See, the promises of God, your awareness, the Father within you, already said yes. For all the promises are yes. So and what were you promised? You were promised cattle on 1,000 hills. You said the promise said, all that I have is thine. Everything that I have belongs to you. You are the prodigal son that forgot who they were, and now you remember. And once you remember who you are, guess what? You get to possess the land. You get to take hold of whatever your desire is. All you have to do what? Is decree and declare. Call it forth. Be like the Christ that told Lazarus. Oh, he said, oh, Father, I know that thou always hears me. Thank you. Lazarus, which is the desire, come forth. And Lazarus, upon the command, had to come forth, had to come out of the tomb. What's coming out of the tomb? Your desire, that desire that lay dormant within you for so long. You've been desiring this thing for 12 years, for 10 years, for 20 years, for 5 years. And you just thought it just will never happen. You just thought, how could this thing be? But the moment you make a decision, the moment you choose the reality you want to experience, that's when it shows up. Yes, the work is mental. The work is not physical. Oh, be a beauty. The work The work is not meant, the work is not physical. So faith without works. The work is mental. Your life is all imagination. The world is a mental playground. Hey, Grand Rising AH. So all you have to do is, you don't change the world, you change your mind. That's why you're told in the script, repent, repent. What does repentance means? To have a change of mind. So you have to change your mind. That's what has to be changed. That's the work that must be done. And you're also told in Romans 12:2, be not conformed to this world. And what is this world? Full of lack. What's belief in lack? Belief in fear, doubt, limitation, worry, complaining. That's this world. So you cannot be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed. How are you transformed? By renewing the mind. It's a mind game. Has nothing to do with your physical activity, because the physical is the effect. You will be naturally or automatically or compelled to do the thing. You don't have to worry about what to do. It's automatic. The moment you decide that you are this and remain faithful to that thought, to that word, let your word be your bond. Be bound by your word. So what is your word? What are you saying about you? What are you decreeing and declaring? What word are you sending forth? Because guess what? That word not coming back void. Oh, it will accomplish the very thing in which you please, and it will prosper in the very thing in which you sent it, be it good, bad, or ugly, evil, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it's going to do the damn thing. It's going to do it. You don't have to, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That's law. The thing that you send out is the thing that comes back. Life is a boomerang. What you send forth comes back to you, multiplied. He said, give and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall men give unto your lap. Right? So, right, the kingdom of good is at hand. Yes, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven is where found within you. Luke 17:21, the heaven is not outside of you, heaven is within you. Yes, repent, change your mind. We've done that. We've repented. And we've created our heaven here and now. Heaven is not a later thing. Heaven is a now thing. Right? For now is the kingdom, right? They get a kingdom, not later. See, they want to quote the script, but they don't want to quote the whole script or get an understanding of what the script is saying. It says now is the kingdom of God. It ain't later. It's not when you die. It's a now thing. It's a now reality. The kingdom of your good happens now, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. The moment you change the way you think, that's the moment your life transforms. It's like osmosis. You go through a metamorphosis, like a caterpillar becoming the butterfly. Guess what? The caterpillar was always the butterfly. It goes through a transformation. The caterpillar thought, oh, woe is me. How could I ever fly? The butterfly, just hold on a second. Hold my beer. I got you. We got to go through a transformation, though. We got to see ourselves as the butterfly. Can't see ourselves as the worm of the dust. We can't see ourselves as the lowly caterpillar. We have to see ourselves as the butterfly, because that's who we are. We are the butterfly. We're not the caterpillar. The caterpillar was the beginning, it's not the end. So whatever you are now, whatever you're declaring, no, if it hasn't manifested, then that's not the end. That's not the end of the story, right? And the key to this is to live in the end. And how do you live in the end? As I said, the main ingredient is change of concept. You have to change what you think about you, because what you, as a man, mind thinks, so is he or she. It's what you think about you. It's not what the world says. It's not what your parents think. It's not what your teachers think. It's not what your grandparents, your family, your friends, your employers, your co-workers, your significant other. None of those, it does not matter what they think. You are the only thinker in your reality. You're the only one having the thought. Since you're the only one having the thought, you're the only one creating your experience. Oh, okay, 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 Imperial Night. It's the same thing. What about Islam? Same thing. We call this power by different names, right? We call it we call it Jesus Christ, we call it Jehovah, we call it Allah, we call it Brahman, we call it Krishna, we call it Vishnu. We got all kind of names to describe. We call it energy, right? We have all kinds of names. We call it universe, Christ consciousness, universal consciousness. We call it the spirit. We call it the great I am. We call it the Alpha and the Omega. We call it the beginning and the end. We call it the first and the last. We call it the all. The beauty of this law, it does not care what you call it. It matters, do you know how to use it? That's all the law requires, is that you know how to use it wisely. Make use of the law to benefit you, because the law, says the script, is no respecter of persons, right? That's what Peter said. I perceive that God is no respecter of persons. Now, religion will try to tell you it is. Religion will try to tell you God got favorites, but this power don't have no favorites. It's just like electricity. Electricity doesn't care who utilizes it. Electricity doesn't care if you understand the laws or mechanics of electricity. It doesn't care. If you don't know what you're doing with electricity, you can F some shit up, right? But if you understand how to use it, you'll light up the world. And you also can use it to destroy the body. Then you have to understand that you're not the body, you have a body, right? The body is your avatar. It is what you use to navigate this third dimensional plane. But once you're done playing on this field, once you're done playing on the third dimensional plane, you continue. Life continues on, and you go on to experience other realities. Yep, the sun shines on all equally. Yep, says the sun and the rain, right? God rains on the sun. God shines on the just as well as the unjust. Rains on the just as well as the unjust, right? It rains. Rain and shine. And what is unjust? Your thinking. He's just talking about your thinking. Remember, the Bible is mental, psychological. It's telling you how to think. That's why Paul tells you, put off that former conversation. You know that negative thinking you had? You thought, you think, oh my goodness, I'm so bad. I'm so unworthy. I'm so undeserving. Oh, I'm just a sinner. Oh, I'm just this. Oh, I'm just a woman. Oh, I don't have the education. Or I don't know the right people. You complain, you doubt, you operate in fear. When the script tells you, you weren't even given the spirit of fear. The fear wasn't given to you. You created that in your mind. And remember, anything that is created is the illusion. Right? So if you weren't given the spirit of fear, then you need to loosen, let it go, and be bound by power, love, and what? A sound mind. Seek peace and pursue peace, because what you seek, what you find. That's why you're told to seek peace and pursue it, because when you seek it, you shall find it. They said an author named Pascal said, you would not have sought me had you not already found me. So guess what? You already have the peace you're looking for. You already have. Everything that you desired, it already belongs to you. It's already in you. You just have to call it forth. You have to decree and declare. You have to speak those things. Speak it. Speak those things that be not as what though they are. Call it forth. Right? So it's up to you to decide what it is you want. Just make a decision. I wish that you were hot or cold, but you're lukewarm. Play in the middle. Playing the monkey in the middle. Pick a side, any side, and then what? Watch the power do what it's going to do. You don't have to figure out the how. That's not your work. What did the central figure of the gospel says? I of my own self do nothing. The Father within does the work. The power in you does it for you. So why you worried? Why you obsessing? Why are you complaining? Why are you triggered? Why are you doubting? Why are you operating in fear? Do you not know that you don't have to do anything but make a choice? That's all you're called to do. Make a decision. Choose this day who you will serve. Oh, I'm going to set before you good and evil, life and death, but I suggest that you choose life. Because when you choose life, your seeds live, which is your desires. Your desires spring forth. They come forth into your reality. Hey, Toyia, welcome. And it's so simple. We just got to keep it simple. The simplicity of this teaching. Like the Bible tells you, the script says, do not add to the word and do not take away from the word. Well, what does that mean? When you have a desire, you don't have to condition it. That's what's adding to the word or taking away from the word. You have a desire and then you start thinking about how it's going to happen. And the moment you start thinking about how it's going to happen, you start adding and taking away from it. Well, that's too big. So I really want $1 million, but since I've never had $10,000, I'm only going to ask for 50. Really? The desire is $1 million. See yourself with the $1 million. What does your life look like now that you have the $1 million? You don't have to condition, you don't have to lessen it, because it's just as easy for the power to bring you $1 million as it is for it to bring you $1. But the moment you start trying to figure out how, now you're conditioning the desire, and you're told not to add to the word. Don't add to it and don't take from it. The reason why you're desiring the $1 million is because you already have it. Now be the person that has it. What does that look like? Is someone congratulating you? Is someone in awe? Or like, damn, how you get $1 million? What? Like, how? That's not even. Nope. How is not? It don't even. You don't even need to know the how. Just know that I got it, and you can have it too, right? I just lived in the end. I saw myself with it, and then I had a bridge of incidences that took place. I went across the bridge of incidences. That's how Neville Goddard defines it or describes it, right? He says, when you live in the end of your desire, you see yourself with the thing, you don't concern yourself with the how, because the bridge of incidents, what happens, it takes place. So that's why you don't have to worry. You don't have to strain. You don't have to struggle. There's no push-pull there. It's surrender. It's surrendering to and trusting in the power within you. And understand that this power in you never fails you. For the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. You shall never be in lack of evidence of what you're desiring, whether it be good, bad, or ugly, whether you're believing it can happen or you're believing it can't happen. Both are true. Because consciousness, God never says no. It gives you exactly what you believe can happen. It gives it to you. Then there are occasions where it exceeds it, right? Now unto him that is able to exceed, to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to what? The power that's in you. That power is able to exceed your expectations. Just be open, just allow, just trust. Hey, Riptide, welcome. It's about remaining faithful, though. Faith is required. Faith is required. You have to be able to believe in the thing you cannot see. Because that's all faith is, right? Trusting in the very thing you cannot see. You can't see how the $1 million coming into your world. You have no idea. It's infinite ways, right? Infinite ways that the money can come. You don't worry about when or how. You just accept that it's done. And you go your way in peace. And you allow it to show up. And then when you talk about money, what do? You speak lovingly about money. Because you understand that you are earning money, because money is just a reflection of you, right? Money is mirroring your self-worth. So how do you see yourself, right? Because money is neutral, right? I know people want to tell you, oh, money is bad, money is evil. Oh my goodness, we shouldn't have billionaires, we shouldn't have trillionaires. Money don't have no feelings. It really doesn't care who holds on to it. You're the only one that cares. You're the only one putting feeling and emotion to money. Money is neutral. Has no feeling. Energy is neutral, right? It doesn't have feelings. That's why I tell you, your feelings don't effing matter. Can you use your feelings to manifest? Yes, you can. But do you need them? No. Because all you need is what? The word. The word is God, not the feeling. The feeling. The feeling is a byproduct, right? Feelings are byproducts. Emotions, you're supposed to rule the emotions just like you're supposed to rule your thoughts, rule your mind. Remember, you're the operant power. You decide. Because it's not about happiness, joy, which of course we're called to be joyful. We're called to be happy, right? It's about knowing. What does it say? Be still and know. And what does know mean? To have a deep conviction about something, to trust in its reality, right? Getting the naturalness of a thing, right? Now, people complicate it, thinking you have to conjure up these emotions to get a thing. Unnecessary. Because what you're always doing is you're always thinking. You're always having a thought about something. And do you know if you didn't have thoughts about things, you wouldn't have much feelings about it? And when you decide to love a thing, you're always going to think right about it. So if you love money and tell yourself, oh, how wonderful it is. Oh, I love that I have more than enough money. I love that my family lives off trust funds. I love that money comes to me easily, effortlessly, right? Abundantly. I love that I get avalanches of wealth to come into my experience always. That everything I do is effortless. It's fun. It's easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. I love this life. I love my life. Do you say that you love your life, or are you always complaining about life? Always talking about the struggle, always talking about the strain, always talking about the hurdles, always talking about the difficulties? Or do you ever talk about how lovely your life is? Do you appreciate, which means to add value to a thing, right? Appreciation. Do you appreciate your life? For I I what it says, I praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and marvelous are thy works. Does that sound like someone that would call themselves a sinner? David is saying, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. He's not calling himself a sinner. He's not saying he's a lowly worm, is he? He's talking about the wonderful works of the I am. And people are going around crying out to me, God, I'm so unworthy. I know I'm unworthy. Oh God, please, 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 God, please. I don't deserve anything. But if you were just mad, if you could just, really, you don't have to grovel. You don't have to beg. You don't have to plead. You don't have to bargain. You hear so many people, oh yes, I told God if he just do this thing. What? You know that many people don't know, but I'm about to tell you that your consciousness is God. It doesn't need to be bribed. You don't have to bargain with it. You just have to tell it what you want. Tell yourself what you would like to have and then believe that you got it. That's it. No bargaining, no pleading, no begging, no crying. I mean, you can do that. You can most certainly do that. It's unnecessary. Because sometimes you will find yourself crying out. Sometimes you will feel like the load is too heavy. Because guess what? You were never meant to carry the load. What did the Christ say? Cast your cares upon me, for I care for you. I'll do the caring for you. You were never meant to carry the burden. That's why you crying. Because you carrying a load that was never yours. The script says, the Christ, which is the power and wisdom of God, which is your I am, which is your awareness, says, look at me. Take a look at me. For I am meek, and I am lowly of heart. Take my yoke upon you. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me. For my yoke is easy, and the burden is light. So where we get these heavy burdens? Why are you carrying around stuff that don't belong to you? Just drop it. Drop it. Mentally drop it. Mentally drop it. How do you mentally drop it? Meditation, prayer, contemplation. Get with yourself and have a conversation. What the script says, commune with thy own self upon thy bed and what? Be still. You got to still those thoughts that's like rambling sheep and they just all over the place. You're not shepherding those thoughts. You letting those sheep just run rapid. You letting your thoughts just run all over the place. You talking about, oh, but what if it don't happen? Oh my goodness, what if this? What if that? What if it does? What if it does? What if it does happen? What if you're having the best day of your life? What if you're having the best day of your life? Hey, Fee, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's all you. It's within you. It was never outside of you. The word is nigh thee, even in thy mouth. And all you have to do is what? Speak it. If thy eye be single, singleness of mind, singleness of purpose, right? That's why James tells you a double-minded man is unstable. That's why people have instability in their relationships. They're double-minded. Instability in their finances. They're double-minded. Instability in their body, in their health, because they're double-minded. When you have singleness of purpose, singleness of thought, when you atone, the day of atonement, which is being at one mind. When you decide to be of one mind, you are experiencing the day of atonement. The day of atonement. The light of the body is the eye. It has the I, but you should put the letter I there. If thine eye, I am, be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. So then the question is, who do you say that I am? This is where self-concept, the main ingredient to your manifestation, comes into place. Atonement, at one mind, of one mind. Decide what you want and then remain faithful to it. And don't add or take away from it. You don't have to settle. You don't have to compromise. You can have exactly what you say you want. And you can even get greater, but you don't have to lessen anything. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the hearts of man the things that God, which is your awareness, your consciousness, has for those that love it and walk up right before it, to love it, to appreciate it. What is uprightness? Right thinking. How do you think about your desire? Are you thinking right about your desire? Are you saying, oh, sure, it shall surely come to pass? Though it tarry, write the vision, make it plain. Though it tarry, wait for it, before it shall come, and what? It's never late. It always comes at the exact moment it's supposed to come. The thing is, will you be ready? Will you be ready? Remember, there were 10 virgins, five were foolish and 5 were wise. Which one are you? Are you the wise virgins, or are you the 5 foolish that wasn't prepared? They didn't have enough oil, which is joy, the joy of knowing, that deep conviction of trust, of faith, of knowing that the thing that you ask for must surely come to pass. That the power of the I am never fails. It never fails. It never fails. Yes, if you for yes, hey, Keela. Yes, yes. If you prepare for much, the mind builds much. Exactly. Be open, be receptive. Start talking about how much you love whatever it is. Whenever preface everything with love. I love my neighborhood. I love the car I drive. I love the amount of money in my bank account. I love my investment portfolio. I love when I travel. I love the food that I eat. I love everything. I love my spouse, my children. I love that they're flourishing. I love that they're prospering in all things good. I love everything about my life. Like, do you talk to yourself from that perspective? Because when you make it a priority, right? When you prioritize love, then that becomes what? Because here's the thing, it is already your default setting. Love. Love is who you are. Now be it. Be it. And I get it, you just forgot. You're in a state of forgiveness, but now I'm here to remind you of you, right? You manifested me into your world to remind you of who you are. You're just in a state of forgiveness. Now you're going to remember how to actualize the life you want to have, and being single-mindedness, being of single purpose, whatever it is, whatever you're desiring to be, remain faithful to that. Be faithful to your desire. You are love. It's impossible to love and not receive it. Give and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. In order to receive the love, you have to be the love. It's not about other people, it's only about you. Let's not make this life about other people. Absolutely. Hello, I am divine. Welcome, welcome. See, too many times we're worrying about what the world doing. The world is none of your business. Your world is a reflection of your inner thoughts, your inner beliefs. Once you get you right, you'll see the world right. Because you only see your own consciousness. You're not seeing the world as it is. You're receiving the world as you think it is. That's what you're seeing. You're only seeing what you think the world is. Because as a man thinks, so is he. So what do you think about the world? Because that's what you're going to see. So if you think the world is cruel, the world is cold, the world is dangerous, the world is, impoverished, that the world is unkind, then that's the world you're going to see. So now you have to ask yourself, what world do I want to see? And then decide to see that. And how do I decide to see that? Decide to be the very thing you want to see. Then you'll never lack evidence of it. Because you know that because you're love, you'll always see love. Because you're kind, you'll always see kindness. Because you're generous, you'll always experience generosity. Because that's who you are. So that's what you'll see. Oh, yes, your supply is never the issue. Your capacity is. Rise to the level of your belief, desire. Yes. Yep, giving and receiving are the same. Well, you have to see your people differently. And who are your people? All the world is God. There's nothing in the world but God. That's all there is. There's only energy masquerading as people. Personality means persona, which means mask. We're all wearing masks. We're parading around this reality as people. We're actually energy, though. And we're all playing these different parts. And everyone in your world is an extension of you. Because I know you don't know 2 million people personally. No one personally knows 2 million people. I don't know how many people, I don't care how many people are out there. You aren't personally engaging with 2 million people on a personal level. Now, some people may engage with people with hundreds or thousands, depending, throughout the course of your life, the course of your experience here on this third dimensional plane. But your world is your personal interaction. The people that come into your personal experience, into your space, that you can physically touch, or that you can see inwardly in your mind. People that you personally know. And so if you're talking about 2 million people, see them differently then. See the 2 million people that you're talking about as being powerful, as being well taken care of, as being fulfilled, as being safe. No, they're not. Thank you, Obia. Thank you, Obia. Thank you. See, I know people want to come here to save the world. You didn't come here to be Captain America or whatever country you're from. You came here to create the reality you want to experience, right? You came here to allow your light to shine, so you be the example of love, so people will know what love is when they see you. They know what kindness is because they see you. They know what generosity is because they see you. They know what compassion is because they see you. They know what wealth looks like, what abundance is. Why? Because they see you. They know what peace is because of you. Because you are a reflection of them. They're seeing what's possible for them through you because you're their mirror. The world is your mirror. So however you're viewing the world, those are your thoughts. You're only seeing your thoughts. You're not seeing what the government is doing. You're seeing what you think about the government. You're not seeing the news. You're seeing what you think about the news. You're not even seeing your children. You're seeing what you think about your children. You're not seeing your spouse or significant other. You're seeing what you think about them. Because it's as a man thinks, so is he. So goes your thoughts, so goes the world. You have to understand you are the only thinker. You're the only one having the thought. So guess what? You're the only one creating it. You're creating the situations and circumstances and events in your reality because of how you perceive it. Yes, my mind expands, my capacity increases, my desires multiplies without limit. Yes, you're infinite, eternal. A world without limits, a universe without limits. There are no bounds to love. There are no limits to love. It's eternal. It's infinite. Never runs out. So whatever you decide. And it does take courage. And you're told over and over again in the script to be of good courage, to fear not, right? You're told not to fear. You're told to be of good courage, to be of good cheer, right? To rejoice. And again, I say rejoice. You do have to change your thinking. It is a requirement. Repentance is a requirement. You cannot, we all heard this saying, you cannot keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. What do we call that? Insanity, right? To keep thinking the very same thing and think that you're going to get something differently. No, you're going to keep getting the same thing you're getting because you keep thinking the same way you've been thinking. The moment you decide to change the way you think, that's when things change. And I know, you want the world to change. You want everybody else to change and you want to remain the same. That's not how it works though. Because everyone is you. Everyone is reflecting you. Everyone you see is your thoughts pushed out. Their thought forms. They're showing you. They're showing you what you think about you and others. And again, there is no other. There's only God. There's only you. Understand that the world is a mirror. When you look in a mirror, the mirror will not smile before you do. So is the world. The world's not going to smile before you smile. You're projecting out onto the screen of space. Remember that. You're projecting outward. It's just like a movie theater. Your world is the screen. Your mind is the projector. Your consciousness is the projector. You're projecting outwardly. It's Inside Out. Great movie. You should watch it. The cartoon. Inside Out 1 and 2 by Disney. Disney Pixar. Watch that movie. Inside Out. That's how the world is created. That's how your world is manifested. You manifest through thought. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and then the Word what? Was God, is God. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Share, share, share the live. Double tap the screen. 10K the easy way on TikTok. You get to come up on the panel, and we can talk about your success stories, your journey, your awakening. Share with others, what you've realized, what you've come to know to be true. Because what you share with others will definitely help them to recognize that this law is no respecter of persons. If they can do it, you can do it, right? That's why we're here. That's why we come onto this live, for inspiration, for encouragement, to help us remember, so we can actually apply these truth to our personal experience. And it's so simple. And you've been doing it all the time. So you don't have to hire anyone. You can if you want to, just for the experience. But know this, you have been manifesting all of your life. You have been doing it unconsciously. And so now we're here to talk about conscious creation. To consciously do the very thing that you've been doing all of your life, you just didn't know. Once you decide to change the way you think, you will see reality shape shift. That reality bends to you. You'll be that tree that's planted by the river that shall not be moved by the world of effect, because you understand that the world effect is caused by you. And since it's caused by you, it can what? Be changed by you. And save Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goes forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. I send forth the word. My word. Your word is bond. Your word is truth. Your word is life. But these words I speak, they are spirit and they are life. What are you giving life to? Whatever you're talking about, you're giving life to. You're the Energizer Bunny. You're energizing your world by your thoughts. What you think about, you bring about. So what are you thinking? Because as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking about how blessed you are, how amazing this life is, how you're so giddy and so excited because this is the best day ever, that something wonderful is happening to you? Say, something wonderful is happening to me. Oh, I love that wonderful things happen to me every day, every moment, every minute, every moment. Every chance I get, I can reminisce and be grateful and be thankful and appreciate how amazing life is. And you keep saying it, and then it has to be it. Because just like you were complaining about life and talking about how hard it was and how much of a struggle it was and how difficult it was and how challenging it was, you got confirmation of that, right? You got confirmation that, yes, life is hard. Life is a struggle. You take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You take 1 step forward and 3 steps back, right? You every time you move forward, you feel yourself falling back. Well, that's because that's what you think about life. But if you decided to think differently, try it for a week. Thinking differently for a week. All your life, however old you are, 20, 30, 15, 60, you've been thinking of a certain way all your life. I'm telling you, change it for a week. Because the scripture says, when you draw nigh unto God, it draws nigh to you. But you have to move. You have to come up. You have to arise and walk. You have to. Hey, I am Tam. Yes, we are the living word walking in flesh. Yes, universal flow. Hey, Andrea, welcome, welcome. So lift up the standard. You be the standard. You decree and declare what life is for you, what you want life to look like, how you want life to show up for you. Decide and remain faithful to it and keep doing it and keep doing it and never stop doing it. And the doing is what? Again, mental. It's mental. And you don't have to strain. You don't have to struggle. Just surrender. Let it be effortless. You keep pouring clear water into muddy water. Eventually the water what? Runs clean. So you keep pouring the truth. Then what? The lie dissipates. The error goes away. The erroneous thinking dissipates. See, if any man be in Christ, he's a new creature, a new creation. Old things have passed away, and behold, all things become new. Well, how does it become new? Through transformation of the mind. You have to renew your mind. That's the way you become a new creation, a new creature, where you have new experiences, where you don't keep living the Groundhog Day. Because that's what it's about. It's about walking in the kingdom of your good. It's about creating your heaven here and now, bringing heaven. You're not even, when we say creating, we're not saying that you're doing anything to make it so. We're saying that you're calling forth that which already is. You're lifting the veil. You're deciding to see what truly is. That life is beautiful. That life is amazing. That you can really live opulently. You can live, you can flourish, you can prosper, right? You can live lavish, you can live grand, right? You can have all of the wonderfulness of this world has to offer. You just have to decide that you have it. Just decide. I am that. I am that. Just decide. And it's okay if right now you may simply don't know what you want. It's okay. Ask yourself the question though. Have the conversation with yourself. What is it that I truly want? What is it that I would like to experience? And it doesn't have to be some old grandiose thing or, I would really want to see the world. I'm telling you to change you and leave the world alone. Because the moment you change you, the world changes. So stop trying to figure out how to fix others and learn how to change you. See, everybody wants to change everybody else because they think they're the problem. No. You have to be like Michael Jackson said. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. He didn't say I'm asking you to change your ways. You don't look in the mirror and you see other people. You look in the mirror and you see self. And your mirror is your mind, your consciousness, your awareness. That's where you start. That's where the change begins. That's where change happens within. Oh, yes. Desire is not fulfilled by needing more. Desire is fulfilled by recognizing you already have it because you don't need anything. You already possess all things. Get out of the state of need. Desire is not need. Desire is about experience. Stop seeing desire as something that you lack. That's not what it is. Desire is not about lacking a thing. Desire is about experiencing a thing. You came here to experience. That's the purpose. Not to realize what you don't have, but to recognize you already have all things. That all things are already available to you. That all are within you. You don't have to do anything to get it. You just have to declare it out. It's so. That's it. You just have to declare that you already have the very thing that you're deciding. What are you deciding? Right? And stop putting limits, right? There are no limits. There are no limits to manifesting. You are a limitless being. And you can have whatever you want. You can have, like T.I. said, you can have whatever you like. You can have, what do you like? What do you like? You can have it. Appreciate where you are. Because the desiring to experience something else doesn't mean you don't like where you are, right? Because desire, again, is not about a need. It's not about a want. It's not about lack. It's about experience, right? You're just here to experience more and experience more and experience more and experience more, right? It's all about expansion. That's it. Expansion. And to not desire is to desire. So if you say, oh no, I love exactly where I am. All is good. All is well. I have great relationships. I have physical well-being, mental well-being, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being. Life is good. Life is great. Life is amazing. And I'm just thankful. I just appreciate it all. It's so beautiful. It's so warm. It's so delightful, right? That's amazing. You can get to that place where you are, where you stand in the present moment of now, you can see that life is amazing, regardless of what's going on out there. Go within to your own mind, because that's where the true reality resides, right? Consciousness is the only reality, and consciousness is within you. It's not outside of you. It's projected outside. It's within you. You are the broadcasting station. This is your studio. Your mind is your studio. You're the broadcasting. You are the network. You are the channel. You're the receiver. Tune in. What are you tuned into? Tune into love, to peace, to joy, because it's all within you, right? A radio station, a channel, right? All stations exist on that channel, on that station, right? In that geographic area, right? You have stations, channels, all, right? They all exist. And the only thing you have to do, if you want to hear R&B music, you don't tune to a country station, right? You want to hear pop, right? You don't tune into jazz. As Devil God reminds us, all states exist. So the state of lack exists. But if you want abundance, you can be tuned to lack. If you want health, you can't be tuned to illness, right? You want relationship, you can't be tuned to loneliness. You have to change the station. How do you change the station? Change your self-concept. Change the way you think about you. You have to be courageous, bold, says Paul. Boldly come before this throne of grace. And what is grace? A gift. So he's letting you know you're not earning this. You're receiving it. You're allowing it because it's already there. You're just what? Fine-tuning. You're just tuning into it. What some people would say aligning with it. You're calling it forth. You're saying, I am. I am abundant. I came here to live an abundant life. I came here to prosper in all that I do. I send forth my word and it does not return void. So whatever I say, it must be, it must happen. I don't care what has to happen to make it happen. And everything happens, and everything that does happen, it happens in a loving way, in a supportive way, right? I love that things happen in an effortlessly, smoothly, lovingly way, right? You don't have to bargain. You don't have to, oh, I'll give my left arm. I'll do this and I'll do that. Just stop making up shit to do that you know you really don't want to do just to get the thing you think you don't already have. It's unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. You don't have to bargain with consciousness because it already told you all that I have already belongs to you. All that I have is thine. All that I have is yours. It's already yours. So you ain't got to bargain with it. You don't got to make no bets with it. You don't have to plead with it. You don't have to beg. It's totally unnecessary. All of that. Yes, nice weather. All of that. The mind, the God, the Jesus, the Muhammad, the Buddha. What is it? The Baha'i? Is that how you say that? The Zoroaster, the Manitou, the Krishna, the Vishnu, the Shiva, the Karma, the Dharma, the Brahma, the sky, the earth, the moon, the water. Yes. Thank you, nice weather. It's all. It's all. Right? It's all. The all, right? And all is what? Mind. All is mind. All is consciousness. All is awareness. Allow yourself to be free. Allow yourself to and you know what? How do you get freedom? Through truth. And what is truth? The script says, my word is truth. The word is truth. Your word is truth. So what are you saying is true about you? What are you saying is true about you? Because your word is truth. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. You're giving life to every word that you speak, every thought that you command, every seed that you plant. That's the life. Whatever you say I am, that's what you shall be. Who do you say that I am? The Christ asked the disciples, who do you say that I am? Because whoever you attach to I am, that's what you shall be. The world sees you as you think you are. The world sees you as you think you are. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Yes, I can do all things because I am everything. I am everything, and everything is I am. There's no separation. You are not separate from the world. You are the creator of it, which means your thoughts are things. You're creating the reality you're experiencing by the thoughts you're thinking. That's what makes you the creator. And we know creation is finished, right? So when we say creation, we're talking about manifesting, actualizing, realizing, right? Because we know all things already exist. You just don't see all things, right? The moment you declare a thing, that's what it shall be, right? That's what that's what God told Adam. Whatever you call it, that's what it shall be. And you know, Adam represents humanity. And we always naming shit. Right? Oh, this is ugly. This is poor. This is stupid. This ain't right. This is wrong. This is left. This is foul. We always naming shit. But why don't you give beauty for ashes, joy for mourning? Right? Why you calling that which I have created not good? How you gonna call what I created evil? How you gonna call what I created unclean, Peter? Peter, how you calling the very thing I created unclean? Because all I create is good. So never call anything that God creates evil. Whatever you declare and declare. Say, I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, I'm wise, I'm dynamic, I'm an influencer, I'm God. Woo! Can you say that? Can you say that? Because to say I'm God is just to say what? I'm good, I'm great, I'm amazing, I'm a creator. I'm the creator of my experiences. Because I know my thoughts are things. And what I think about, I bring about. Because as I think, so shall it be. That I am the great magician. That I do get to say abracadabra. What I speak, I create. Because in the beginning, right now is the beginning, right? In this moment of now is the beginning. So in the beginning, what's the word? What's the word you're thinking now? What word are you having now? Because that word is with God, good, and that word is God, good. And then that word becomes what? Flesh. And dwells among you or within you as you. It becomes you because it is you. And this is what you got to know too. What did it say further down in that chapter? That all things were created by the word. And there was nothing that was created that was not created by the word. Everything proceeds from thought. Everything proceeds from consciousness. Everything proceeds from the mind. So what are you conjuring up in your mind? That's what you're calling forth in your world. Because everything in your world was created by what? Your thought. Now, were you always aware of your thoughts? No, many of us weren't. Many of us were totally unaware of the programming, totally unaware of how we got where we are. We didn't know that our thoughts were things, that our thoughts were the creative power within us, that the creative power in man is the mind, is your consciousness, is your awareness. So become aware of being whatever you desire. You want to be fame? Become aware of that. You want to proselytize or convert? You can do whatever you want. With consciousness, there's no wrong or right. There's no good or bad. Consciousness does not deal as the man deals. See, man, that lower nature, eats off the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Consciousness only knows life. That's all. Consciousness don't know nothing about no good or evil. That's a creation of the mind. That's a creation of the lower nature. That's part of, quote unquote, that free will we got. We got the free will to think in duality, right? That's what the religions like to tell you. Oh, we have free will, right? To think double-minded, right? To think, to believe in a right or wrong or good or evil. Right? But consciousness only knows itself. It only sees itself. It only sees abundance. It only knows infinity. It only knows eternity. It only knows now. Because everything is contained in the consciousness, which is the absolute. All things exist in the absolute and is not looked at as wrong or right. It's looked at as just being. It just is. And then consciousness, God said, oh, I'll give to man, the lower nature, to decree and declare and to call it whatever he wants. You get to decree and declare whatever you would like it to be. That's the power you were given. Whatever you call a thing, that's what it shall be. So what are you calling a thing? Get on up, get on the good foot. Oh, gratitude, universal flow. Yes. Oh, yes. James Brown. Get on that good foot. You have to renew your mind moment to moment. You being so aware consciously. That's why, many quote unquote teachers, mystics, they would tell you before you go to sleep, before you lay your head down to rest this body of yours, before you go into your dream state, into your other state, the state where it is dimensionless, as you rest from this dimensional, third dimensional state, before you close your eyes, take a look back over your day. And something in your day happened the way you didn't want it to happen. Guess what you get to do? You get to repent. You get to revise. You get to retell the story. You don't have to accept any outcome. Remember, this world is imagination. It's all make-believe. So you can make believe that the thing you wanted to happen actually did happen. The thing that you didn't want to happen never took place. It's like you're going back into the newsroom, right? To the editor. And you want the editor to change out, to redact some things, to black out some paragraphs, some words that just didn't allow the day to flow, that didn't allow the story to flow. So you redact it, you black it out, and you tell the story as though the way you wanted it to be. And I know most people be like, huh? That's lying. Well, do you know that lying is just a story you tell? You do know that, right? You do know lying is just a story you tell. So what story are you telling? Tell a new one. Who cares if the world calls it a lie? You know it's just a story. This is my story, and I get to tell it however I desire. And so what are you going to do? What story are you going to tell? Are you going to use your power to recreate the life you want, to experience? Are you going to tell a different story? You don't have to accept any outcome. As we were saying yesterday, you could just say, well, actually, this took place. Or you had an argument with the loved one or someone, or you got a letter that you weren't expecting. You got some news that you was like, that's not what I asked for. That's not what I commanded my reality to show me. Hold up. Let me revise that. Let me repent. Let me change my mind. Because the moment you change your mind, the world has to change. Right? The moment you say, hold up. That's not the script I wrote. We got to do that again. Let me rewrite the script. Hold up. Wait a minute. Because who's in charge? Who's the operating power? You don't let the world dictate. You dictate the world. You say, hold up, world. Wait a minute. That's not the script. I said I wanted this. And you telling me that? Hold up. No. That's not how it goes. I get to say what it is. It is what it is. It's whatever I say it is. Because I know my awareness, my consciousness, the God within is always listening. It never sleeps nor slumbers. And it never fails. It never fails to give me and to do for me exceedingly, abundantly, above all I could ever ask or think. I know my word doesn't return unto me void. So as long as I'm not giving, opposite instructions, as long as I'm not diluting the instructions, as long as I'm not mixing, as long as I'm not saying one thing and then saying another, as long as I'm remaining faithful to the script has to be played out. The script has to be acted out. The only way the script is acted out is I waver, and I can't waver. So I said, nope, do it again. Revise that. Let's do that again. Nope, that's not what I told you. That's not what I said. I wanted the day to go this way. I needed the day to show up this way. That's the power we have. And it's about proving it to yourself. It's not about accepting what anyone else says. It's about proving it to yourself. Because you're only going to know this through experience. It can sound good from a lot of people have a way of making things sound really good, very articulate, very charismatic. But it is not about how it sounds. It doesn't even matter if it's right or wrong. It's about, does it work? See, we're too busy about saying, oh, that shouldn't happen. You shouldn't do that. You're taking from this person. You're taking from that person. No such thing. You can't take from another. Impossible for you to take from someone. The only reason you have it and they don't is because they don't believe they can have it. That's the only reason. And if they had it and it ended up with you, again, they didn't believe that they deserved it. They didn't see that they were worthy of it. That's the only reason they don't have a thing. You're not taking from anyone. You never take from anyone. We have to stop that. This life is not based on morality. Morality is a construct to keep people limited. Because the very thing they're telling you is wrong to do is the very thing they're doing. That's why you don't have to consult anyone else for what you want. You just have to decide what it is you desire to experience and then let that be. Let it be. And then it shall be. When you start trying to figure out, oh, should I have it? Or what if I got it and this person didn't? Or what if, none of that. Because if you understand that everything comes to you in a loving way, in a peaceful way, in a wonderful way, you don't have anything to be concerned about. The law doesn't make any mistakes. It gives you exactly what you believe you can have. And then some. Talking about manifesting. That life is a manifestation and how to command your reality. Your reality, your personal reality, not how to change the world. We're not here. We're not Captain America over here. We're not world change. The only world we changing is our own. And do you know the moment you change your world, the world changes? The moment you change your thoughts about you and how you're perceiving reality, the world reflects that back to you. See, if everybody just mind their own business and did the very thing that would help them, that would transform them, if they would just love themselves, then they would see love everywhere. But too many people are concerned about what somebody else is doing, how someone else is thinking. Well, they're doing this and they're saying this and this is what are you doing? You're so busy being a busybody about other people's business. Busy your body on you. But usually busybodies are not busybodying themselves. They're busybodying someone else's. Focus on you. Leave the world alone. If you're going to think about the world, just think lovingly about it. Use your awareness to see beauty for ashes, to give joy for mourning. That's what you use your mind, right? Philippians 4:8. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are noble, whatever is honest, whatever is virtuous, there being thing of good report or praiseworthy, think on these things. But no, y'all not thinking like that. Y'all complaining, y'all doubting, you're worrying, you're operating in fear, limitation, lack. You're not thinking, though. That's why I say the script is your blueprint. It is your manuscript. It is telling you, it is scripted out the life that you want to have. And all you have to do is live according to it. It's mind. It's telling you what happens when your mind thinks a certain way. It tells you how you get yourself into trouble, and it tells you how you get yourself out of trouble. How do you get yourself into trouble? Through fear, doubt, worry, unbelief, disbelief, complaining, condemnation, judgment. Yeah, that's how you get yourself into trouble. How do you keep yourself out of trouble? Think like Paul just told you to think. You better think, think, think. Think about what you're trying to do to me. You better think, think, think. Let your mind and soul be free. Freedom, freedom. Be free and free your mind, and the rest will follow. Free your mind. Free your mind. And then everything else falls into place. Change your mind, you change your world. Be not conformed to the world, to this world. This world is lack, limitation, doubt, fear, conformity. Don't be conformed to this. But what? Transform your world. Why? How? By renewing your mind. It starts in the mind. Because the body follows the mind. You keep telling yourself you're well, and you only speak well, and you see yourself as well, and you see yourself doing the very thing that you want to do in wellness, in joy, in peace, in comfort, exhilaration, rejuvenation. It shall be that. Thing is, are you going to remain faithful to that? Are you going to keep telling that story? Or every time circumstances look bleak, every time the world of effects look like it is not matching what's going on within you, then what are you to do? Resist the doubt, which is the devil, and it will flee. That means you can't get over to the world of effects. You can't let circumstances dictate reality, because the world of effect is a past tense. It's a thing that has already, it's something you already thought. You're only seeing thoughts that you've already had, right? The world of effects is the delayed response of what's going on within you. You have to know that what's going on out there is a delayed response of what's going on within. Spirit is instant. Matter is slow. The manifestation is instant from within. As it's projected on the outside, there are processes or incidences that must take place. But your manifestation was instant. The moment you asked, the answer was yes. While you were yes speaking, it did appear. It's right there. It's near you. It's right with you. But you got to understand the shadows, the world of effects. In the third dimension, time beats slow. So you don't operate by time. You operate by faith. We don't walk by time. We walk by faith. We walk by faith and not by sight. See, you walking by sight, which is your time, and you're letting time, sight dictate your reality. But you're told not to walk by sight. You don't go by what you see. You go by what you know. What do you know? What do you believe? What are you accepting? Accept that life is amazing. Accept that life is amazing. It is wonderful. So we've reached our 10K, so you can request up if you want to share your journey, share your... Oh, it was amazing. Thank you. I am Tam. It was wonderful. If you have some success stories, if you have questions, if you want to share your journey, on this platform, we don't debate over belief systems. We're not here to convince, comfort, persuade, or dissuade anyone. If you get to have your beliefs, especially if they're working for you, right? If you're having the life that you dreamed of, you feel like, everything is working out just fine for you. You're living your best life. Over here, we talk about how to manifest without strain or struggle, without push or pull. We're about freedom. We're about true transformation. This platform isn't about getting a thing. It's about recognizing we already are that which we desire. It's about being. Because once you understand who you are, you know that all things flow to you without force, without effort. It just shows up when you allow yourself to be still. Yes. Yes, I did watch Being Eddie. I did. Thank you. Thank you. I did. It was something that he said that I liked. It's towards the I won't say the middle to end. It might be more towards the end of the movie when he says that. And it's interesting because I talked about this yesterday about going up current and 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 using the oars to go with the canoe. He said, I don't row the boat. I'm not trying to row and trying to get anywhere. He says, I'm like with a sail and I'm going with the wind. And many of us will find that a little challenging to go where the wind, where the spirit takes us, because we want to control where we go. Because we don't fully trust that the I am will take us to places that we had never thought of before. So he trusts who he is. He trusts the light within him. You know, it's interesting. He talked about how he never, drank. He never did any drugs. He never did. He said he didn't try the wacky tobacco till he was almost 30 years old. And talked about how he buried a lot of the entertainers, like he buried Red Fox, he buried Rick James, Like he was like, man, these people, they were seen to be great in our society, right? Great entertainers, brought something to the world, their gifts or whatever, and how they passed from this experience with nothing, right? Like no judgment, right? But I forget how big he was in the 80s and how you talked about, a lot of, our celebrities from that time era, right? You have Michael Jackson, you have Whitney Houston, you have Michael Jordan, you have Prince, you have Eddie, right? You have all of these big names, what we call, African Americans or Black entertainers that were really, really big during those times in the 80s where, he was the first, to have, to carry blockbuster movies. And then that opened the door for like a Will Smith when he started to carry the blockbuster movies, right? And how he was one of the first to do a Black romantic comedy with Boomerang. And then that opened up the door. And then what do we get? The Best Man. And we get, Brown Sugar and Love and Bastard, right? We start seeing these type of movies and films, and we start seeing, Black men and women carrying blockbuster films. I was like, wow, like he like led the way for a lot of things that we see now in entertainment, right? And that's how his song, that one song he had was like a big hit, my girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. My girl wants to like it's just it was like wow. And he said he just said it every day since he was 13, that what he wanted to do and what he wanted to be, and he just constantly said it. And what I noticed when you listen to those who have achieved the great success, achieved the desired outcome that they wanted, you never hear them talk about a time frame or an instant thing, right? They understood that they asked for it, and whatever needed to happen to take place to bring about that desire, it took place, right? And that they didn't get hung up. And I get it. Now in today's society, everything is about the microwavable moment, right? Everything is about the instantaneous success. Nobody wants to enjoy the journey anymore. No one wants to be in the moment of now. No one wants to see the progression, to see how the flower blooms. No one wants to see how the stomach gets big and how the baby, makes the womb bigger as it develops in the womb. Nobody wants that anymore. Everybody wants, they're born, they're told they've conceived with child, and they want they want the baby to be born tomorrow. It's like, I got an idea, I got a desire, and I need to come into full fruition in 24 hours. Like, really? Because here's my take on that. It's a reason why we're experiencing the physicality, right? Because we understand in the spirit, everything is instantaneous. If we wanted everything to be instantaneous, we just would remain spirit. If we didn't want to experience the process, the progression, if we didn't want to experience the developmental stages, we could have just stayed spirit, because everything in the spirit is always now. But in physicality, in matter, in a third dimensional plane, there is a progression. There is a process. Yep, he just believed. Yep, it's about going within. That's it. If we could just have fun being, to understand we're not trying to get to something. We're here to experience something, not to lose that thought of trying to get it, and understand that you already are it, and you're here to what? Experience being it. That's what you're here to experience, being it. Being whatever you say you are. And the thing is, you already have everything. You already have all of the blessings. The reason why you think that you lack anything is because you think you lack anything. The reason why you lack anything because you think you do, right? The moment you shift perspective to trying to get and realize that you already are, that's when you begin to see. That's when the veil is lifted. True transformation, right? And more than anything, more than you want the money, the fame, and all of that, right? You want the peace. You want the joy. You want the freedom. You want the security, right? Because what does that script say? What does it profit a man to gain the whole world, but yet you lose his soul? Well, how could you lose your soul? Not being at peace, not being full of joy, not being full of love, right? And it's not that you lost it, it's that you forgot that that's what you already are, right? So a lot of people gain the world, but they do lose their soul. They do lose the peace, the love, the joy, the harmony, the stillness, right? And so they find it in things outside of them. So that's what they find it in the drugs and the alcohol, right? They find it in try to find it in other people, try to find validation and security and love and peace in those things, when those things are found within you. Because when you understand you are the world, that you could already possess everything, when you just allow peace and love and joy and beingness, the things get added, then the money shows up because it was always there. The health reveals itself because it was always there. The relationships unfold because they were always there. It was just what? You were blinded. You were blinded to the reality of it. You were blinded to the truth of it. Yep, that's what it means to sell to exchange worldly goods for peace. And you'll always find yourself lacking. How you can't buy peace? It's not for sale. You can't buy love. It's not for sale. You can't buy compassion. You can't pay someone to care for you. You can't pay someone to empathize with you. Because everyone is you. Everyone that comes into your experience is just reflecting you. It's just an extension of you. They're just showing you who you are, what you believe to be true. So what do you believe to be true? And I'm saying that you can have it. You can have it. Just speak the word. Remain faithful to the word. Keep saying the word. Keep speaking the word. Keep speaking the word. Keep saying I am. You say, oh, I love my life. I really appreciate my life. Because the more you say it, the more what? Because this life is about repetition. It's about persistence. It's about consistency. It's about a constant flow, right? The river, the stream is always flowing, right? It's forever. It's eternal. It's infinite. So the more you say it, the more you believe it, right? Because belief is just a thought you keep on thinking. So you keep thinking the thought, it what creates your belief. So that's why they say, well, who cares if you quote unquote believe it or not? You know, again, I tell you, believe is acceptance. The moment you start talking about it was the moment you started accepting. It's just, are you going to keep accepting it? See, many of us accept it and then we stop. We say it one time and we think that no, it's constant, it's consistent. Because this is about true transformation. You have to constantly remind yourself of who you are until what? It is impressed upon you. Then what's impressed, what? Must be expressed. Impressed, I'm pressed. Are you pressed with the knowledge, with the truth of who you are, of who you're declaring that you are? Impress it upon you so that it can be expressed by you. That impression comes with what? A conviction, a knowing, a confidence that I am that. So you keep telling yourself, I am that. And the more you tell yourself, the more you believe, you will continue to believe it. Because belief is just acceptance. And you accept the thing by what? Talking about it. Like, oh, I didn't accept that. Were you talking about it? Yeah, then that was your acceptance. The things that's happening in your world, you are accepting it. Why? Because you're talking about it. What it never got to remind you? Your attention is the sap of life. Your attention is the acceptance. So every time you give your attention to something, which is you're focusing on it, which is you're talking about it, you're thinking about it, you're talking about it, you're mumbling to yourself, you're complaining. Every time somebody come around, you can't wait to tell them. You got to talk about it. Complain about it, worry about it, be anxious about it, be fearful about it, be doubtful about it. That's your energy. That's your truth. Hey, Tama. Hey. Yep. Yes, Yanni. Yep. How are you? You got to keep saying what it is, right? Especially if you don't have the conviction of it, right? And like, I don't know. I feel like I'm lying to myself. And just tell yourself, well, lie is just a story I'm telling. What story am I telling? That's how you get over this concept of a lie. Because as Neville Goddard reminds you, there is no fiction. There are no lies. There's only stories. There's only narratives, right? So the moment you start saying, oh, that just seems like a lie, tell yourself, well, a lie is just a story. And I get to tell the story. And it's about me believing the story. So am I going to accept this story? Yes, I'm going to keep accepting the story. I'm going to keep accepting the story until what? The story becomes a conviction. Until the story becomes a conviction, which is a knowing. See, it starts from a belief with acceptance, and it transmutes into a conviction, into a knowing. So the moment you keep accepting it, right? It keeps coming, and it keeps coming, and it keeps coming. And then what? Then you recognize you're it. It's there. You have it. Yep. Yep, Yanni, that's it. That's it. It's just a story, right? When we read our history books, what are they? Are they really facts, or are they stories someone else told and we just took them on as truth, right? Most history books are just stories that people told. Did they tell the whole story? No, they told the story, the part of the story they wanted you to believe. And they kept telling you the story until what? It became impressed upon you and you took it as what? Facts. And then you don't even know if it's a fact because you wasn't there. They're just telling you a story. But they called the story a fact because they said, well, I was there. And we think just because someone says they were there that they're telling the whole truth, that they're telling it from the whole perspective. No, they're telling it from their perspective, right? Just like if you ask someone, well, what happened in the year 2020? You ask 100 people to tell their story about 2020, you're going to get 100 different versions. And some of these stories you're going to read and like, that didn't happen. They're lying. How are you going to tell them that that's their story? Why is there? Because their story differs from your story. Their story has to be the lie. How maybe your story is the lie, right? And that's what we do. We read stories, and if we don't like what's being said, or we say that we were there and we had a different perspective, we're going to say, well, they're lying, I'm telling the truth. My story is facts, theirs is fiction. Says who? Who's to say? Yep. And I am. You funny, I am, Tam. She's just telling stories, I am, Tam. No one said you had to believe the stories. You do not have to accept the story. You get to reject the story. But you know, your acceptance of the end wills the means to the end. So if you accept the story, quote unquote lie, you're going to will the ends to meet that lie or story. And so that's why people get mad at others, right? Because they were like, well, I believed you. You told me this. You told me that. I believed you. I trusted you. That's where you went wrong. That's where we go wrong. We put our trust and belief in others. Where was the trust and belief supposed to be? Where was the trust and belief supposed to be? Was your trust and belief supposed to be in them or in you? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Where was your trust? Where should your trust be placed? Should your trust be placed in something on the outside or something within? Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that because she's telling her body, right? Because your friend, this is how it works. I love that, I am, Tam. Because your brain doesn't know the difference. If she truly believes she's eating a salad, even though you see a burger, the body is going to accept that it's a salad. Yep. I love that. You should do that too, I am, Tam. You should be like, it's just like somebody driving a Ford Fiesta and they're saying, actually, I'm driving a Lamborghini. Girl, get in my Lamborghini. Jump in my Lamborghini. They're like, what? You're not driving a Lamborghini. What you mean? This is a Lamborghini. This is my Lamborghini. Girl, do you not feel the leather seats, the comfortability, how low it sits to the ground? This is a two-seater. It is beautiful. It is black. It's red and black leather seats. Like, it's, a custom interior. Like, you can do that. And the thing is, a lot of people won't allow themselves to talk like that. But that's how you create your reality. This is what Neville Goddard talks about, assumption. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, hardens into fact. So you living in a 2-bedroom, but you want an 8-bedroom mansion. Then you're not sleeping in a 2-bedroom. If you can go to bed every night, sleeping in your 8-bedroom, you're going to be sleeping in your 8-bedroom. The more you persist in sleeping in the 8-bedroom, even though it's like Neville was in Barbados, right? He was sleeping in New York. He was going to bed in New York, but he was sleeping in Barbados. What did Abdullah tell him? You're in Barbados. She's eating a salad. You better play along with her. Girl, is that salad good? What type of what you got in your salad? Play along. Don't judge. Play with her. Oh, what is that? Is that a Cobb salad? Is that a Caesar salad? It's a spring salad. You better get with the program. I am Tam. You better get this. This is an assumption. If her sin, then you gonna know those burgers gonna turn into salads, and she actually will be eating salads. She's programming her mind to eat salads. You're going to be saying to her, girl, I remember you used to say that when you was eating a burger, you was always eating a salad. Now look at you. Every time I say you only eat salads. Oh yeah, I told you I was eating a salad. I told you those wasn't burgers I was eating. I was always eating a salad. You better know so, I am Tam. Hey, this is how it works. It sounds funny. It sounds weird. It sounds woo-woo until you see the manifestation of it. Until you see how your imagination creates reality. Imagining creates reality. What are you imagining? Well, your friend imagining that she's eating salads. So guess what? She's eating salads. Right? It's just like your children who play horsey with a broom. In their mind, they're riding a horse, not a broom. And you love it when you see children play make-believe. You love it when children play make-believe. And then we as adults think that, no, you got to live in reality. You have to live in reality. No. Keep being delusional. I know I am telling you heard Delulu is the new, right? Only the world calls you crazy until they see the reality of it. Are you willing to be crazy to the world? Are you willing to be called crazy by the world? All right. So while you calling your friend crazy, you better get like your friend and start speaking those things that be not as though they are. So her salad be not a she calling that burger a salad. She's calling the thing that be not as though it were. She's doing the very thing that the script tells you to do. Call those things that be not as though they were. So what are you going to call yourself? Now, guys, let me know if you have any questions regarding manifesting, right? If there's any specific topics you want me to speak to, relationship, money, health, right? Yes. Because I know relationships, that can be a hot topic, right? When it comes to manifesting your SP and the desire to be with someone. And just to realize that the people that come, the woman or man that comes into your experience will be mirroring your self-concept. I know that's very hard to accept. A lot of people are like, oh no, that's victim blaming, that's victim shaming. There are no victims in consciousness, right? We're all creators. We're all here to take accountability and responsibility for our thoughts and our self-concept. And so I get it. If you're someone who's insecure and you're someone who lacks self-confidence or low self-esteem, right? And then you have someone come into your experience and they take advantage of all of those qualities within you. And you say, well, just because I was, I lack confidence, or just because I had low self-esteem, or just because I was insecure, doesn't mean they had to come in and take advantage of that. Well, they didn't come in and take advantage of anything. They came in and played the role based on the script you wrote. You said you were insecure. So they came to show you just how insecure you are. So they came to show you that, hey, yeah, you don't trust people. You don't trust anybody as far as you can throw them. You think that they're always checking and looking at someone else. They're always flirting. They're always, scrolling on and liking somebody's pictures, or, they say they're going to do something and then they don't do it. They don't honor their word. You're always arguing about how much time you get because you're insecure. And so your world has to show you you're insecure. I'm going to show you just how insecure you are, right? So you're going to manifest a relationship full of insecurity, full of things that make you feel, are you worthy of even having a good person? Do I even deserve love? Because look at me, I look this way, or I talk this way, I don't have this much education, or I don't have this job, this skill set, or I don't make a whole lot of money, or I don't live in a nice home, or I don't have a nice car, and so I don't deserve to have someone take care of me or look at me or treat me well. So that's the script that the person that comes into your reality is going to play that out for you. Hey, just us. That's how it happens. And I know it may seem like, oh my goodness, so you're saying that I'm the reason my boyfriend or my girlfriend was lying and cheating on me, that I made them lie to me, I made them cheat on me. You wrote the script. You don't trust people. You don't believe that you can have someone that would be faithful to you. And so you thought that the person that came to your life was going to be faithful. And even if and let's say they are faithful, they've never cheated, you can't stop yourself from accusing them. They straight up, they honor you, they're honest, they're kind. And because you're in a place of insecurity and low self-esteem, you're not even going to be able to receive it. You're going to think that they're trying to pull a fast one over you, on you. You're going to think, oh no, they're too good to be true, or they're too nice. These nice guys, I don't want nobody I could just run all over. They don't do everything I ask. They just, they just too giving. They too generous. Oh my goodness, I need a challenge. Yep. So you're going to talk yourself out of that relationship because you just don't see that you're worthy of it. That's why self-concept is so important. And you really have to be honest with yourself. You really do have to look at the man in the mirror. And you really have to ask yourself, do I really believe I deserve to be treated good? That I deserve a great spouse or significant other? Do I understand that I deserve to be treated with respect, treated with love, with nurture, generosity, compassion, that I give as much as I receive, and I receive as much as I give, that is symbiotic, right? That is not parasitic, right? But if it's parasitic, you created the parasites, right? But if it's symbiotic, if it's a give and take, you created that. And it's all based on what? How you think about you. And I know this to be true because I experienced it. This is not coming from theory, because I know when I thought a certain way, those were the type of men I dealt with in my world. When I dealt with low self-esteem and lacking self-confidence and insecurity, I know what that looks like. But the moment I flipped the switch, the moment I changed that mindset, the moment I decided I deserved, because I recognize, wait a minute, hold up. I'm faithful. I'm good. I'm giving. I'm generous. I'm understanding. I understand that, you got to get some, to see what you want. You have to be that which you want to see, right? I had to be the thing I wanted to bring into my reality. And I recognize, well, I'm already that. Why am I settling? Why am I taking less than what I deserve? No more. No more. All right? And a lot of times, sometimes you may have to stay away from the dating pool just to regather yourself, just to reframe your reality. Get quiet with yourself. Maybe get off the dating apps. Maybe, to focus on you, focus on loving you, focus on dining you, right? So I did that. I went on dates by myself, went to something I would have never done previously. Went out to dinner by myself, went to the show by myself. It felt a little weird, but I did it. But but have fun with it. But again, because you got to understand, if you can't be alone with you, or you can't be by yourself, how do you think someone else is going to? If you don't enjoy your own company, how is someone else going to enjoy your company? Right? Think of it like that. If you can't enjoy being with you, how do you think someone else is going to enjoy being with you? And I get a lot of people get in relationships because of the fear of being alone. And then they realize they're the most loneliest they've ever been in a relationship. They end up being with somebody that work 80 hours a week. They're a great provider. They're taking care of home, but they ain't never there. You never see them. Y'all don't take vacations together. They're always going on business trips. They're always doing this. They're always doing that. Just don't have any time. Because you thought getting married was going to change the loneliness. The outside never fixes the inside. It never. The outside just reflects the inside. That's it. So if you're lonely and you're getting married because you think getting married is going to soothe your or change your loneliness, no, it's just going to amplify it. It's just going to magnify it. Now you're married and lonely. Married and lonely. And I'm sure you've heard a lot of marriages like that. People married and can't stand their spouse. Everything in your relationship to money is the same way. If you don't think that you're worthy of living a good life, if you don't think that you're worthy of traveling and, having more than enough, more than just eking out a living, more than just getting by, more than just, I have to settle for certain jobs because I have children, or, I have bills, I have obligations. I gotta do this. If I don't do this, then how is it going to happen? No. The whole reason of understanding the law of assumption, the law of belief, the law of mind, the science of living is to recognize is that all you have to do is decide that you have it, and then the world changes to bring it to you. And when you decide that you're wealthy, that you are experiencing abundance, that you are in a good place financially, the world is going to say, yes, you are. The moment you decide that you are, it's going to say, you're exactly right. And you're just going to see money start to flow into you effortlessly, continuously, regularly, right? Because this is who you are. Because of it's who you are, you're always going to have more than enough. You're always going to have plenty. And it's going to come from ways known and ways unknown. Things are going to come into your reality. And so the key to all of this is understanding there's nothing that you have to do. There's nothing you have to do. Hello, Keela.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing good. I
Great.
just want to come up and say something. Yesterday the young man, what's his name, Calvin or Calvin, was talking about the salt, passing
Oh,
salt
Kevin.
on.
Yes. Yeah. Kevin.
So, last night I was like, okay, if everything starts in the mind, I'm gonna say I got $25,000. It's in the house somewhere, but I don't remember where I put it. And I kept saying, I know it's in here. I was doing it to like practice manifestation. So I just went to bed like I know I got the 25,000. I had it in a bag. I put it somewhere, and I say I'm gonna just go sit down. It's gonna come to me. So like you lose your keys and
Mm-hmm.
you look everywhere, and when you go sit down, it comes to your mind where you put 'em. So I was like, let me practice this. But now it really
Yes.
I'm just a be still moment
Yes.
to let it manifest in reality. Because I believe I got it. I just don't know where I put it.
Yeah.
I had it. It's in the house. I know it's in the house.
Yes. I
Yeah,
love
but I
that.
just wanted to tell you that
Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I really do love that. I know I have it. I just don't know where I put it, but I know it's here. I know it's here. And I'm
it's
going,
in the
yep.
house.
It's going to, I want to find it. It's there. It's there. I love that.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to say.
Yes, that is clever. That is very clever. Thank you. Thank you, Keela.
You're welcome.
Yes. See, stuff like that, that'll help people, you know, that'll help you. That's a nice little game to play with yourself, right? And it sounds fun, right? Man, I know I got $25,000. I don't remember where I put it at, but I know it's here. It's here somewhere. Okay,
It's in the house.
yeah, it's in the house. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. And then we're looking for you to tell us where you found it
Okay.
at.
And then when I got on TikTok, it was like the videos that was coming after I started thinking and practicing and just playing with it. It was like all the videos was confirming that
Oh, nice.
it's coming. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh my goodness. Yes, we're looking forward to hearing you tell us where you found that $25,000.
I'm gonna tell you when as soon as I get it, as soon
Yes,
as I
yes.
find out where I put it. It's in here. It's in the house. I got it. I know I got it. I just
Yes,
put
you
it
already
somewhere
have
and I
it.
got to sit down and it's gonna come to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's beautiful. So Tanya asks, how do I cure my depression? But Tanya, I want you to start saying that I love my life. I love everything about me. Even if in the beginning, like we were saying, sounds like you're lying to yourself. Remind yourself that a lie is just a story that you're telling. And so if you keep telling yourself the story over and over again, you eventually impress it upon you and then you express it. So every time you feel a negative thought come across your mind that's going to tell you how, everything isn't going right, life seems to be a struggle or hard, I want you to stop that, stop it in its tracks and say, I love me. I love my life. I am beautifully and I am wonderfully made. I love that I have a place to stay. I have, shelter. I have food. I have clothes. I'm in my right mind. I love everything about me. I love my family. I love my friends. I love who I am, and I wouldn't change a thing because I am amazing just the way I am. Listen to that song by, what's his name? Bruno Mars. Cause you're amazing just the way you are. Exactly. Because now you're going to say, I love how everything works out for me. I love how everything works out for me. I don't know how it's going to happen because that's not my work, but everything always works out for me. I love that everything works out for me because I love my life. I love who I am. I love where I am. I love everything that I see. All right, start speaking love to yourself and let it be on repeat. Every time, even when you have that moment of, but everything's going wrong, say, no, everything is working out for me. I don't know how, and it's not my work. I'm leaving that work to God. God don't need my help. God says let there be, and it was. So I'm going to allow God to do what God does and allow God to take over. And I'm just going to be thankful and appreciative. And I'm going to rejoice and like, thank you. I thank you so much. I thank you. I love everything. God doesn't make mistakes. So I'm not a mistake. I'm here for a purpose. I'm here to remember who I am. I'm here to experience this life, and I'm here to have the abundant life. Not only am I here to have life, I'm here to have it more abundantly. Yep. Because your word is God. And your word and your life is just your words expressed. So when you can understand that your life are your words expressed, you will be more careful about what words you express, right? You must understand that your life as you are experiencing it is because of what you say about it. So speak lovingly to yourself. Because the acceptance of the end wills the mean to the end. So what's the end? I love me. I love everything about me. I love how everything is going right for me. I love how everything always works out for me. I love that I don't even have to know the how. I just have to know that it is. I don't have to know how or when. I just have to know that it is. I just have to accept that life is beautiful, that life is amazing. So with that, Vanessa, this is when you say I love that I am safe. I love that I am safe in my body. I love that, my mind slows down. I love that I have clarity of thought. I love that, I can be hyper focused and it's not a bad thing. I love that I can be, you know, can just put my mind on one thing and let it go to the end. I love that about me. Very few people can be hyper about their thoughts, about their focus. I love that about me. Because don't look at your difference as a wrongness. And I think that's what causes people to see what they're labeling, right? These labels, they only speak to your uniqueness, right? Don't see the wrongness in your uniqueness. And know that you are safe and that you are clear, and love it and love it and love it. You're welcome, Vanessa. Because I'm not real sure about the diagnosis of ADHD. I know that we've heard these terms or whatever. I never looked into it. But whatever they're declaring that's what's wrong with you, that's what you say what's right with you. Whatever they're saying is wrong, you make right. You make it right. Because that's the power that we have. We have the power to what they say is wrong, we say is good. It's God. It's right. It's a beautiful thing. I'm unique. I'm not like anyone else that is expressing God. I'm a unique individualized version of God, and there's nothing wrong with me. I am amazing. The same thing you would say about depression would be the same thing you would say about anxiety, right? That I am safe, I am loved, I am cared for, I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am loved, right? So I love, and then fill in the blank. Because whenever you preface anything with love, you're not going to think anything negative, right? And when you put I love in the beginning of the sentence, right? Because that's what I am is. I am is love, right? You say I love, and then whatever it is, whatever comes to mind. And when you say I love, the mind is automatically going to go to something positive. The mind is automatically going to think of something lovingly, right? So I love that I am whole. I love that I am complete. I love that I am experiencing well-being all the days of my life. I love, you know, the sun is shining. I love, the room I am. I love my creativity. I love, whatever it is. Write a love letter to yourself. Love affirmations because it is the truth. Because you are love. That's who you are. God is love, right? So love knows no fear. Oh, that's it. Love that, Vanessa. I love how healthy my body and brain. Oh, I love that. Yes, that's it. I love how healthy my body and brain is. Yes. And just keep telling yourself that, right? It should bring a smile to your face. The more you keep talking about, I love this, right? You should see yourself smiling. You should see yourself feeling uplifted. You should be feeling the satisfaction in your body, right? And just keep saying it and keep saying it. Every time the mind wants to think wants to bring up that old state, you say, nope, I love this about me. I love who I am. I love where I'm going. I love how everything flows to me effortlessly. I love how I surrender to the truth of my being. And the truth is, I am love. Love, love, love. Hello, Keela. Oh, you paused.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just saying, I work with people, I'm a therapist, and I work with people like that's depressed, children that have ADHD. And what I'm seeing is that your um, mind, you have outgrown the person like you used to be, and your mind is trying to get you back in alignment with your true self. And it can cause people to be depressed. And everything you said is true, that you have to get back in alignment and know who you are, like your environment, your people that surround you. You change in the mind, but the outside haven't changed, and it can cause depression. Just like ADHD, um, people overthink they are so creative, and what's inside of them is more than what they can see in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it can cause depression. It can cause you to be, you know, ADHD when you have so much more in you, but the people around you don't understand in the world that we live in, and they want to treat it like it's a real problem, but it's spiritual.
Mm.
That's what I'm seeing every day,
Oh,
and
okay.
I understand it more than some people do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's all spiritual.
Yes.
You just slow down, uh, shut the door, go within, and try to find peace. And
Yes.
and ask what is causing this. How can I stop this? How can I get on alignment and just be still? It's not easy. You have to practice it in order for it to work, and you gotta want to be cured. You got to want it, and it's gonna come. But it's all spiritual. They try to give us medicine for everything because they don't want us to be ourselves, true self.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's all
Yep.
I wanted to say.
Yep. Spending time with yourself is key. All right. You have to
Not overthinking.
go ahead.
I said not overthinking.
Oh
You know,
yeah. Yeah.
your
Quieting the
head and
mind. Yeah.
yeah, you
Quieting the
start
mind.
overthinking and just say if you don't have a job, you get to thinking about, I don't have a job, I don't have money, how am I pay my bills, or my boyfriend left me, I can't live without him, and you just get depressed because you overthinking. Like, how was your life before you was with this person?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you trust um, God, you know all your needs gonna be supplied. Job is just a channel. How do you know that job was for you, or how do you know that this is not your moment to just be still?
Mm-hmm.
So the right things can come. We make choices, and then when they don't work out, we do get depressed because these are the choices, not the correct ones, or we wasn't ready for it, or our mind haven't grown or developed into the things that we asked for.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think we lose depression, that word, too loosely, because a lot of times it's more about people being disappointed, but because they
Hmm.
allow the disappointment becoming overwhelming, they can cause the depression to take place, right? But it's more
Exactly.
about, it's not you're depressed, you're disappointed, and you wanted the job, you
Hmm.
enjoyed the job, you needed the job, right? But just like you got that job, you can get another job, right?
Another
Like
job.
that jobs are they're infinite, they're everywhere, right? So
Yeah.
let's not mistake disappointment for depression, right? Because I know that people have clinical depression, and then what we call disappointment, we call that depression too, right? And it's just like, no, you're just experiencing a mild bump in the road, a small disappointment, right? And you have the ability to change that just by the way you're thinking, right? To just recognize, like you said, get still. Tell yourself, did I really even like that job? Because ask yourself, was I complaining more about than enjoying the job? Because we don't realize that they fire themselves. They don't lose jobs, they fire themselves. Because they don't understand that they complained the whole time about the job. They hated where it was. They hated the commute. They hate everything they had to do with the job. Every time they talked about the job, they had nothing good to say about it. And then you wonder why you're not working there anymore. Well, duh. You
I
didn't
apply.
like working there. That's why you're not working there.
I applied for United Healthcare for I know over 7 years, and they turned me down every time. And when I did get the job, it was the worst ever
Mm.
to me. And I tried to make myself like it. I tried, but I had to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
It was so draining.
Yep. Yep. It's like, and that's the thing. Like, you don't have to accept it, right? You tried it. You figured out. Oh, I thought this job was going to be it. This is not for me. And then
Hmm.
you change the script, and you move along to the next phase, the next experience. That's the beauty. Yep. Just understand that I know life can seem like it can be challenging, it can be hard, right? Because we're just like, man, nothing just seems to go right. Every choice I make, I seem to take, I take a step forward and I seem to always go backwards. If we could just learn to appreciate where we are while we're getting to where we want to be, right? And it's not about getting, as we're allowing the thing we want to come forth. That's really the better way to say it, right?
Hmm.
Where I am is great. Is how I allow what I want to be to show up. Being grateful, being appreciative, being thankful for for where you are currently. Because there's nothing wrong with where you are currently. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. There are no mistakes. It's all perspective. It truly
That
is about how you're perceiving the reality you're experiencing. And guess what? You have the power to say what you would like it to be, even though it may not be that, right? This is what we were saying about, say you want the dream job, but right now you're not at the dream job. Well, don't curse the job you're at while you're bringing the job you want into visibility. Bless the job you're at. Man, this position I'm holding space for someone else to come and take it. And they're going to flourish in this space as I go and flourish in the next. Right? Speak of it from that way. As I'm holding space, I'm preparing the space for the next person to flourish in. As I go and flourish in the next space. It's all about how you talk to yourself. Hey, 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 Latoxic. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And Toya, a lot of times, it's a lot of I wish I coulda, shoulda, and thinking about the past, what you could have done. Just say if somebody, again, come to a point in their life where things is not, they think it's not going so well, and they think, oh, if I had did this, my life wouldn't be like this.
Mm.
So a lot of times that brings depression as well.
Yeah, living in regret. And that's where
Hmm.
you have to forgive yourself. And this is what people may find to be a challenge, that forgiveness, that not holding yourself, in prison of the past. Because the past is just an experience. It does not define who you are as a being. And don't get experiences and lump them in with beingness. Because the being you are came to experience all of this to help you remember who you are. That was the whole purpose of your experience, to ignite the spark within you, right? And so the choices that you made them based on your understanding at that time. Well, guess what? You're not that person anymore. You know, if you could go do it again, you would make different choices. Well, guess what you get to do? You get to make that different choice now. You get to make it now. And so the only thing you need to do with the past is forgive it. That's all you have to do. You're not going to condemn it. You're not going to beat yourself up about it. You're not going to live in shame or regret, remorse, or guilt. There now no condemnation. No one's condemning you but you, so stop it. You didn't know what you didn't know, and that's okay. We've all been there. We've all been in places and times in our life. Had we known better, we would have done better. Had we had known differently, we would have chose differently. But guess what? We know now. We know different now. And so now you make choices from this present moment, not from that past moment. Because remember, there is no past moment. There's only the now moment. Hey, 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 Kev, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. And so that's what people just need to forgive themselves. And so how do you forgive yourself? You start telling yourself, I love where I am now. I love the person that I've become, the person that I've remembered. I love this about me. I love that now I have power, I have presence, I have capability, I have awareness. I love where I'm going. I love where I've been, because that where I've been brought me to where I am now. And that now is the remembering of who I am. Everything that you experienced brought you to this place, to this moment, to this now. And so embrace it. Love every experience you've ever had, because it brought you to remembering who you are and that your thoughts are creative. And now that you know that your thoughts are creative, guess what you get to do? Create the reality you want now. With no judgment. No judgment. No judgment. So if you want to make more money, you want to be in a different position, you want a different job, another career, say, I love that this employer saw in me what I knew was in me, my capabilities to do this job effectively. But now I'm going out to expand in consciousness even more and experience another position where I have even more, I'm making even more money, and it's a job of ease and flow. And I love it. I love the commute. I love that, oh, maybe you want to stay at home. Whatever it is that you're desiring, see yourself loving it now, where you're also loving where you are now, right? You're not going to condemn the job, because remember, you're the only thinker in your reality. So it's your thoughts that you're creating the experience of. So if you're thinking negatively about the job, well, that's why you're having a negative experience. And all you're going to do is carry that on to the next experience. Exactly. Be kind to yourself. Just love on you. And don't be ashamed to love on you. Nobody else is thinking your thoughts. Nobody else is in your mind. Don't let nobody else take up free space in your mind, right? Let go of whatever your mama told you, whatever your grandparents told you, whatever your coworkers, your boss, whatever they spoke something that was in opposition to who you truly are, which you are this dynamic, powerful, capable, loving, compassionate, generous, fierce, fabulous being that you are. If they weren't speaking to that, forgive them because they just didn't know. They didn't know who you were. And that's okay. They didn't know how fantastic you were, how fabulous you were. But now you know. And that's all that matters. It doesn't matter that they didn't know how wonderful you are. It only matters that you know how wonderful you are. That's all that matters. And so speak that way. Talk that way to yourself. Tell yourself how amazing you are. And that you can have anything you want. Anything you desire. Anything. It's all here for you. It's all here for you. You just got to command it. As the script says, you just got to know that your word is God and that your word does not return to you void, but it shall accomplish the very thing in which you please for it to do. It must do it. And it must prosper in the thing in whereto you have sent it. It must. And you got to keep telling yourself that. Like, what's going on? Now, let me rewrite this script. Wait a minute. Right? You don't be moved by circumstances, right? You don't be moved by appearances, right? Remember, the world that you're seeing, the effect is a delayed response. It's a delay. And be thankful for the delay. We want to be thankful that everything we thought it didn't come into experience in that moment. Because we know we thought some crazy stuff. And we're glad it didn't happen the moment we thought it. Same thing, the things you do want. Be glad that there's a time gap there. There's a time delay. Because like I said, everything is instant in the spirit. But that's why we're experiencing physicality. Because we wanted to see the becoming of a thing. We wanted to see the development of a thing. We wanted to experience the bridge of incidents, as Neville Goddard calls it. We wanted to see, I said I want this. I wonder how it's going to show up. Not to start thinking about how it's going to show up. Just like, I wonder how God going to show up today. How God going to work this out today. And God is you. We know God is the awareness, the I am, that is you, right? The greater part of you, not your reasoning mind, not your logical mind, right? And so I wonder how the universe is going to bend itself to my reality. What's going to take place? What has to happen? Hey, Gigi, good morning. Good morning, bestie. And your self-care is your self-love. What do you say about you? What are you saying about you? How do you talk about you? Right? And make it a habit. Habit builds character. And character formulates your life. What you say about you is what you bring true about you. We are, quote unquote, creatures of habit. Habitual thinking brings about character, and your character brings about expressions or experiences in your life. So habitually speak love, light, confidence, conviction, determination, persistence, consistency. Being consistent about being great. Being consistent about being wealthy. Be consistent about, whatever it is you're desiring. Remain faithful to it. Be you gotta have singleness of mind. You have to be of one track mind. What tracks are you laying? Because again, because that train is going to come into the station. So every day you're laying a track for that train to come into the station. Yes. So you're laying down the tracks of your life by what you're saying, what you're communicating to the world. Whatever you're communicating to the world, that's the tracks that you're laying. And then that train comes on that track and pulls into the station. What do you want to pull up? Love, peace, joy, abundance, health, wealth, success, wisdom, creativity, ease, flow, harmony, compassion, generosity, every great thing that you can think of. But it starts with your word. Because in the beginning was the word. And then the word was with God. And the word, what was God? Your word is life. That's what God means. Energy, life. It is the life force. It is the source of all things. Your word. And then you remind yourself, oh, my word that goes forth out of my mouth, my thoughts, my intention, my directives. Oh, yeah, it ain't returning to me void. I don't care what word I send forth. Oh, it's coming back. It's a boomerang. It's definitely going to return. And it shall accomplish the very thing that I please, or the very thing I displease. And it shall prosper in the thing where I send it, where I sent it out. What are you sending forth? Are you sending forth struggle and strain and difficulty and challenge and lack, ill health, disappointment, doubt, worry? Is that what you're sending forth? Because guess what? It's coming back. Oh, it's coming back. Right on track. But no, seek peace and pursue it. Why? Because what you seek, you find. That's why you're told to seek peace and pursue it, because you shall find it. You would not have sought me had you not already found me. So the peace is already there. Just claim it. The love, that's who you are. Just claim it. The wealth, that's you. Just claim it. Just be it. And say, yeah, man, I live in an abundant world. The economy in which I reside, the U.S. economy, they print money every day. Now they don't even have to print it. They just gotta punch some numbers on the screen. Now they gotta do is print numbers onto a screen. Yep. You just have to give your attention to the thing you want to see. Give your attention, and your attention is what? What you're talking, what you're thinking about. That inner conversation that goes on when you're in the shower, when you're driving your car by yourself, when you're washing dishes, when you're doing laundry, right? When you're cleaning up your home, while you're at the office, or you're on the way to the office, right? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about, oh my goodness, life is so wonderful. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, this is going to be the best day ever. I'm going to have the best work experience that I ever could imagine. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so great. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. Oh, I love my life. Is that how you're thinking? Is that what you're saying? Hello, let me cook.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Doing good.
Great, great. What's going on? Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I got multiple questions if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'm a Muslim myself, but my question is, and really that's the only question that I've been thinking about. It can't get through my head. But I believe, and I believe Christians believe too, that Jesus was a Jew and he had his own religion, which is Judaism, believed in one God strictly, and then Christianity came after Jesus, and basically they came up. They didn't come up.
One second. Let me cook. So this isn't a Christian platform. I use the Bible to teach, to talk about manifestation, but I'm not a believer in Christ. I believe as Christ. I believe every being born of woman is Christ consciousness. Is Christ incarnated. You either know that you're Christ or you don't.
I didn't know that was a thing where you preach Bible but don't believe in Jesus. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, yes, it's a thing. Search it up on YouTube. It's a thing. You look up the teachers like Neville Goddard, Reverend Ike, Dr. Joseph Murphy, Florence Scovel Shinn, Emmett Fox. There's a lot of you can look up law of attraction, law of assumption, law of belief. You can look up the esoteric teachings of the Bible.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's more like a meditation.
Metaphysical.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So we just talk about, we understand that the Bible is mind science. It's a psychology
Exactly.
book.
I know exactly what you mean by that. Even though I'm not a Christian, but I know what you mean by that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like to bring peace to people and basically make them go on the right path of life.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
to have peace in this life right now, that you don't have to wait for
it. Exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yep. Well, I'll respect to you, and I apologize. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's okay. You're good. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, see, that was beautiful. Let's Isaac. I know you was coming up and say, hold on now.
Easy. So easy this morning. I didn't have to say anything.
How you been, girlie?
Oh, I've been all right. How have you been?
Oh, great. Thank you.
How was your vacation?
Oh, awesome. Beautiful.
Love it.
Yes. Love. Oh, it was a beautiful property. We got to see some of the other properties that the timeshare has too. So yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
I love that. I love a good vacation. I'm about to go on vacation in a few weeks.
Oh, are you? Where are you going?
I'm going to Key West.
Oh, okay,
nice. I'm going to Key West. I like Key West. I like the vibe there.
Nice. Okay. Have fun in the sun.
Thank you. I will. Thank you. I will.
Yeah, I'll be going to Tampa in around my birthday.
Oh yeah.
With my daughter, yes, we'll be celebrating our birthdays together. Her birthday is the 9th, mine is the 10th.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Y'all Sagittarius.
Yep.
I love that.
Yes. Thank you.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep letting you cook. I just wanted to come up to that moment. You already know I was but yes, I'll keep letting you cook. Keep cooking.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes. Were you on here, Latoxic, when we were talking about the birth chart?
Yeah, with divination.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I listen. I was looking to try to find it where I could get an astrology reading from her, and I couldn't find it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think she does other things. I don't know if it's like astrology based, but
no, she said that's her first love, astrology.
Yeah. Listen, I probably was looking in the wrong place. More than likely.
I'll reach out to her, ask her does she still do readings.
Okay, yeah, ask her. I'd love to get one.
Yeah, let her know. Like, Latoxi, we're looking for you, girl.
Yes. Listen, my chart is all messed up. It's all weird.
Not it's all weird.
Not messed up, but it's just listen,
did you do the ChatGPT thing?
It did, yeah. I did the ChatGPT thing. I have a lot of air signs, so even though my earth sign is a Virgo, my primary my primary, like, I guess, what do they call it? Element is air. Excuse me. So yeah, so when I first figured that out, I was like, wow. It's very different. Did not expect that.
Oh.
So that's why I say it's messed up, because I'm like, I never would have guessed that. So anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, because my husband was looking into it too, but he just didn't have his the time of day that he was born. And that's kind of required for them to get more in depth with it. Did you ask for the esoteric meaning of it too?
No, I didn't do that.
So that's the part you want to do. You want to ask for the esoteric meaning. Okay. So then it'll give you like your life path and how it, because you can ask. So once you ask for the esoteric meaning, you can say, how does money factor into that? Or how does health factor into that? And how does love factor into that? And it'll break it all down for you. That's the only thing I didn't ask. I didn't ask about love because I'm already married. So, you know. But I did ask about health and I did ask about money. And health, it was just like, just walking, yoga or something. So it was nothing strenuous activity. I was like, oh, I already like to walk. That's like low effort. I love that. Yes. And it was saying that the money part was more about me teaching or writing or, he called me a Sagittarius sage.
Oh.
I know, right?
Well, that's not surprising at all. That definitely fits the bill. It definitely works.
I was like, what? I was like, and because it's funny because certain people will come up here and say that, right? Because I never say that about myself or whatever. But I was like, oh, yeah, it was all saying everything that I already do. So it was like just like confirmation, so, and it was saying that not to feel guilty for charging for the work. I was like, isn't that something? But, I'm not trying to. I don't want to do one-on-ones. That's not my thing. But I said, hey, if you want a one-on-one, it's going to cost you, baby.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Everybody wants a one-on-one.
Because I'm giving you all I got right here.
You need to ask themselves, what would Miss Toyia say?
Right.
Miss Toyia, you need to create a chat GPT for you. They can have you on chat GPT.
You funny.
That's what one of my friends did. My friend is a dating coach, and he created a ChatGPT version of himself.
Really?
To answer people's questions. Not all of them.
Wait a minute, who was this?
His name is Anwar. I don't know if it's through he has like a private group or whatever. Or whatever. We're friends, so I'm just there. But long story short, he ended up creating a ChatGPT that answers things like the way that he would answer them.
Oh, wow.
And so he doesn't have to, he does still do the one-on-one thing because that's part of his thing that he sells, but it's something that I think is helpful for people in the moment.
Right. Oh, that's cool. So pretty as Lene, you just ask for your birth chart. You provide your birth date, the city and state or country that you were born in, and the time of day that you were born. The time of day is very important, so it can give you your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, and your ascendant. Your mid haven, that's what it's called, because ascendant and rising is the same thing. But yeah, and once it pulls it up, then you want to ask for the esoteric meaning. See, I already talked to ChatGPT from a esoteric perspective. So when I did my ask for my birth chart, it automatically went into the esoteric meaning of it. But for those of you that haven't communicated with ChatGPT and haven't asked any questions regarding, biblical principles from an esoteric perspective, it's going to give you an astrological books perspective or something that you can get on a website. If you want the deeper meaning of it, then you ask for the esoteric meaning. And so it's going to tell you what your, how everything is related to the house, how these different signs play in your reality, how they play in your reality when it comes to money, when it comes to health, as well as when it comes to relationships. I just didn't ask about relationships because I'm married, so I didn't really care what it said about relationships. Oh, hey, Glaze. Glaze says she just created a custom GPT for her teaching Canva. All right. Look at that. But I did ask it about health, and I did ask it about, and it'll ask you questions too. Once it creates the chart for you, it'll ask you questions like, do you want me to give you this more information, or do you want me to tell you about this perspective? But you definitely need the time of day, your birth date, month, day, and year, and the place, your city and state. And so I found it very, very enlightening. I found it very confirmational, actually. It was just confirming, because I'm like, oh, I'm already doing what you're saying that would be my path. You know, it was already saying, saying to be a speaker or a writer, to us, says that my words are like gold. That was a spiritual alchemist. I take the lead of experience and transmute it into the gold of understanding. I was like, come on, y'all, come on. All right, Chat GPT. You was stroking my little ego there.
I love that. Well earned. It's the truth.
Yeah. So I had read it to my husband. He was like, okay, I'm gonna look into it. Yeah. He just has to find out what time of day he was born. So yeah, that's the only thing. So it wasn't able to give him his moon sign. So it was like, I tried to use Gemini. Gemini was just like, I could send you to a website. Not you can send me to a web, because Gemini is more Google based. Right. So it's a little different than I like Gemini for giving me scripts and prompts and generating AI photos and pics. I love Gemini. I don't like ChatGPT. ChatGPT make you look so hard and make you look too digital looking. But I like Gemini.
The ChatGPT, I'm gonna just leave much to be desired.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. Yep. Well, you don't have I didn't give my name. I said I was a female. I didn't give my name. Yeah, I guess you can give your name, because it also can give you what your name means and what it means esoterically as well. But I said I was a female born on this date, time of day, city. I didn't say my name though. So this is cool. We're just talking today about understanding that your word is bond. Hey Renee, Chat GPT talking about getting your birth chart and wanting them to break it down from an esoteric perspective. And so we were talking about this before I went on vacation. I had did my birth chart. I asked ChatGPT to give me my birth chart, and it basically said everything I was already doing. Saying that I would, help people, realize who they were, help them on their path, and with what I'm doing now. So it really didn't say anything. It didn't give me any new information. Especially, and even when it came to health, it was telling me, because of the different signs, being Sagittarius and Virgo moon and Sagittarius sun, that the Sagittarius in me was the explorer and the seeker of truth, and that the Virgo in me was more practical and more strategic and everything. So it's like a really good balance, that my elements, I think it was water. So was it air, water, fire, and earth? I had 3 of the 4 elements. I didn't have all 4 elements evident, and I think air was the one that was left out. I think air was I think it was water, earth, and fire, but I can't remember. I didn't try to remember everything it said, but it was very confirmational, very confirmational. So I enjoyed what it said, and I asked what it meant money wise and health wise. So if you're interested, and the thing is, it shouldn't really be too many surprises if you know who you are and you understand that you're doing exactly what you know that you were called to do, right? And so I knew that And then I don't know if because I'm gonna go to Guac and see does it give me the same thing. Because I was already talking to ChatGPT and I was already asking for esoteric things and give me a TikTok on this. And so I don't know, was it swayed because of the type of conversations I was already having with ChatGPT? Like, so it knew that I was already on that path. And so it curated things based on what I was already doing, or is it truly given, but we know the world is our mirror anyway. Everything reflects what's going on within us in this moment of now. So but yes, I am going to go to Guac and see what it says. Yeah, like, let me get some fresh eyes and see because I haven't talked to Grok, so we're going to see what they say from, that's Elon Musk's version of ChatGPT, the AI version for Twitter or X.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 Your word is God. Your word is the life force. As you speak, you create. And it's just all about deciding, remaining faithful to it, trusting it. I'm telling you, do it for about a week. Change the way you talk about yourself for a week and see and see what takes shape. See what happens. See if you start to just feel better about yourself. See that things start to you just start perceiving reality from a different place. You start to see that things just start to change and shift for you. I guarantee that the moment you just start to talk differently about who you are and the people that you encounter, because it's not just only what you think about yourself, it's what you think about others. Why? Because there is no other. So those thoughts you're having about others, you're actually creating for yourself because you're the only thinker. You're thinking it. Since you're thinking it, you're creating it. So if you think people are cheaters and they're scammers, then don't be surprised when you experience being scammed or being cheated on. Like, because that's what you think. And so your reality is always going to confirm what you believe to be true. And what is belief? A thought you keep on thinking. So how do you create new beliefs? Create new thoughts and keep thinking them. That's how it happens. Beliefs are thoughts you keep on thinking. If you want a new belief, you got to have new thoughts. And you keep thinking the thought, you create a new belief. That's how it happens. That's how it happens. It is easy as that. So easy. It seemed too easy. We just like, what? I gotta complicate this. In life cannot be this easy. That just seemed way too simple. I gotta figure out how to earn the blessing. I must do something. You're telling me all I gotta do is change the way I think, and then life will show up for me. Yep. I'm saying that's what will happen. You will naturally do the things that are required to bring about your change. You don't have to worry about what to do. The doing is the effect. It's never the cause. The cause is your mind. The cause is the way you think. Your thoughts are things. And all you have to do is test it. Since you know what you've been doing hasn't been working, so why don't we try something else? You know what you've been doing hasn't been working. You've been talking the way you've been talking. You've been thinking the way you've been thinking. You've been doing what you've been doing and no change. So I'm telling you, do nothing, think differently, and see what happens. That's it. You have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing. I'm not asking you for any money. I'm not asking you to purchase any courses. I'm not telling you to buy an ebook. I'm just telling you to change the way you think. That part. It has been working, but now you have not been getting the outcome you desired. Because you are right, Latoxi. You're always manifesting. But you haven't been manifesting your desired outcome. You haven't been manifesting your desired outcome. And so the way to manifest the things you want, you have to talk about it as though you already have it. If you want something different, you have to speak differently about it. You want more money, you cannot complain about the lack of it. Because complaining about not having enough just produces more lack. Speaking of lack produces more lack. Speaking abundance brings about abundance. It's just so simple. And so you have this. So what Neville suggests, and I would suggest too, because I did it, what he said to do Do a mental assessment. Take 2 to 3 days and just watch the way you think. No judgment, no condemnation, no guilt, no shame. Just pay attention to how you think. Just take 2 or 3 days and just watch your thoughts. And you'll discover you're very negative. You may not think that you're negative, but I guarantee when you sit back and you just let your thoughts do their thing, you're going to find out you're very negative. You have a very, very low self-concept of yourself. You're always talking about somebody else. You're always talking about what this one doing and how this one's acting. You're never minding your business. You're always minding someone else's business. Your thoughts are always constantly on the other. But I'm here to tell you there is no other. Those thoughts you're thinking about the other, you're just creating for yourself. So stop it. Think about others as you would want to be thought of, and then watch your world change. Now, I do offer free ebooks. The link tree is in the bio. You can get free ebooks. It's free, free 99. Doesn't cost you a thing. But for you to click, it just costs your time, your attention. Click the link in the bio. Get the ebook bundle. 30-day transformation journey. The recipe for life, which is the manifestation book. And then daily diamond gems. It's a book of affirmations and scriptures. The 30-day transformation journey is also 30 days of a scripture and an affirmation, and then an explanation of the scripture to remind you of the possibility, to remind you of what's possible for you, and that all things are possible. That the reason why you've been experiencing what you've been experiencing is because you've been thinking the way you've been thinking. And the moment you change the way you think, that's when you'll change your experience. It is so simple. It really does happen like that. This really is the truth. It really is. And all I'm asking you to do is try it. Choose this day to think differently, to think lovingly about yourself, to do what Philippians 4:8 says. Whatever things are lovely, whatever things are true, honest, noble, virtuous, praiseworthy, good report. Put your mind on that. To not be conformed to this world, but to be transformed. How? By thinking differently. How do you want to think? That I am abundant, that I love that I am abundant. I love that I have, an excess of money. I love that money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I love that my body looks exactly the way I want it to. It's the perfect height. It's the perfect weight. It's the perfect shape. It's the perfect color. My skin is flawless. It is beautiful. I love that for me. I love that the people in my world are experiencing great success. They're flourishing and prospering in everything that they do. My children, my parents, my loved ones, everyone that I come in contact with, they are better off for me being in their presence. Everything that I do prospers, right? Everything that I touch turns to gold. I got the Midas touch, right? This is how you're going to talk to yourself. I love me. For I am wonderfully and beautifully made. Marvelous are thy works. That my soul knows quite well. I came to have life and that more abundantly. I have peace that surpasses all understanding. I love that I have unspeakable joy. I love that whenever I go out, I see smiling people everywhere. I love that people treat me like the God that I am, the goddess that I am. I love that wherever I go, I'm at peace. I love wherever I go. I love whatever I do. I love whatever I eat. Whatever it is, love it. Preface it with love. Put love before it. Because you recognize when you say, I love something, whenever you say, I love, you're not going to speak anything negative. It's impossible. When you say, I love, the moment you say, I love, the mind has to think of something that you love. See, when you say I am, it could be easy for you to say something negative. It can easy to say I am, whatever. But when you say I love, your mind is going to search for things to love. I love everything. I love that it's raining. I don't even really care. Love is going to make the garden grow. Love is going to replenish the soil. Love is going to replenish the oceans, the lakes, the streams. I love the rain. I love it. I love that when it rains, that means the sun must shine. I love that it's going to create a rainbow in the sky. I love that I get things for free. I love that I get treated like a VIP. Yes, I love is greater than I am. Yes. Hey, Vanessa. Only if you think it does, as a man thinks in his heart. So Vanessa says, does eating animals lower your state of consciousness? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So if you think it's wrong to eat animals and you think it's going to lower your consciousness, then it will. The script says it's not what goes into a man that defiles him, but it's what comes out of the man. What comes out of you? Your word. Your word is God. Your word is life. This is what the script also says. This is what Paul said. He put it this way. For I am persuaded of the Lord Jesus Christ that there is nothing unclean in and of itself. But to him that deems it unclean, to him it is unclean. So if you think it's wrong, it's only wrong for you. It ain't wrong for nobody else but you. Because all I know is the script says, greater is he that's in me than anything that's in the world. Because the world is what? My mirror. Nothing can harm the I am unless you say it can. You have to create the reality that something is wrong for you, then it will be. But if you understand that everything works together for your good, how could anything ever be wrong if all things work together for the good? Do I think it's necessary that we eat so many times a day? Only if you think it is. Remember, there's no wrong or right in this reality. There's no morality. There's no morality in consciousness. Consciousness doesn't view life as we do it. We view life from a wrong or right because we eat off the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Consciousness doesn't eat from that tree. Consciousness only knows life. Consciousness only knows itself. It only sees itself. Consciousness is neutrality. It's neutral. It's not good or bad. It's not wrong or right. It just is. The moment you eat from that tree of knowledge of good and evil, then that's when you create the world of opposites. Now you operate in duplicity. And so what are you doing? Being double-minded. Believing that there are two powers. That's what the knowledge of good and evil does. It creates the illusion of two powers. You believe there's a source for good and there's a source for evil, but there is no source for evil. Evil's the illusion. It's not reality. But if you can convince yourself that I can eat whatever I want and all will be well with thee, then eat whatever you want and all will be well with thee. But if you take on the mindset of the clinician, the nutritionist, or the medical doctor, and they tell you, oh, you have high this, you have pre this, do this, and that will take care of it. If you believe their report, then act accordingly. Because I don't go to the doctor for the doctor to tell me what I should be doing. I decide what I should be doing. I don't need a doctor to tell me what I have or don't have, who I am. See, the world is always going to try to tell you who you are. And there is a passage in the script that deals with that. You have the Christ asking his disciples, who do they say that I am? That's what does the world think of me? Well, the world says that you're Elijah, you're Abraham and whatever names they gave, right? You're John the Baptist, right? They told them all, this is what they're saying about you. And then he said, but who do you say that I am? Right? So who do you say? And so then one named Peter said, oh, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. He said, oh, blessed are thee, Simon, son of Barjona. Flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but my Father which is in heaven has made this known. So this revelation of the I am does not come from the world. It comes from within. It comes from your awareness, from consciousness, from the Father within. The world can't tell you who you are, as much as they try. The world would definitely try to tell you you're John the Baptist. They would tell you you're a great prophet. They will tell you you're this, but you have to know that you are the Son of the living God, that you are the I am come again. You are God manifested in the flesh. You got to know that's who you are. The world gonna say, no, you're not. You flesh and blood just like me. What you talking about? You ain't God. There's only one God and you ain't it. And we're saying, oh, you're right. There is only one God and we're all it. We're all God. We're all individualized versions of the one. You're exactly right. There is only one God playing all parts. There's only God in the world. It's all you. It's all you. And it's just constantly telling yourself who you are. Man, I'm amazing. Man, I love, right? When you're going out the door, I get, everything is just a smooth transition. That this world is the best day ever. Today, the best day ever. As SpongeBob, however SpongeBob sung that song, the best day ever. Every day is the best day ever. It doesn't matter what's happening. It's all working out for your good. It doesn't matter what's going on in the background. It doesn't matter what's going on, the things that you can't see. It's okay that you can't see the baby, taking shape and taking form in the belly. It's okay. You're trusting the divine essence within, the divine intelligence within to bring it to form, to shape it, to fashion it, to give it all its parts so that it can live outside of the womb, right? So you're going to trust the divine within you to bring forth the manifestation, to bring forth the desire. You're going to pass the baton. Remember, I said this is a two-legged race. The first leg is ran by you, you choose. And then you pass the baton off because you don't finish the race. The race is finished by God. Because God is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And I am one with the Father, right? I and my Father are one. So my only job is what? To choose. That's it. I'm just to choose. I'm to look at this smorgasbord of life, this buffet of life, and just choose what I want. What would I like to experience today? I would like to experience discounts today, or I would like to experience VIP. I would like to experience first class. I would like to experience more money. I would like to experience, whatever it is. It's more peace, joy, love, kindness, right? Seek those things and then know that the worldly things come. When you seek the godly things, the heavenly things, the earthly things must come forth. Yes, that's it, Keela. Yep. Yep. Love it. Fall in love. Fall in love with it, right? Like I said, fall in love with you and the world will too. Because you don't need the world to validate you. You could care less if the world loves you. Why? Because you love you. And as long as you love you, the world has to what? Reflect the love you have for you. So what do you put your focus on? You don't put your focus on the world. You don't care what the world is saying about you. Because the world is going to say all kinds of things. But it's who do you say that I am? Who do I say that I am? What do I think of me? That's self-concept. That's the main ingredient to manifestation. You have to know that you deserve all, that you possess all, that you're worthy of all. Worthy is the Lamb who takes what? Away the sins of the world. What's the sin? Missing the mark, missing out on your desire. Well, who takes away that? The Lamb. Who is the Lamb? The I am. Whose I am? Whose I am? I am. Whose I am? God. God is the I am. So worthy is God. Worthy is good. Worthy is the I am who takes what? Away, missing the mark, missing out on my goals, missing out on my aims of the sin of my world, your personal reality. That's the only world you know. The only world you know is the world you conceive. And how are you conceiving it? How are you thinking about it? Remember, there are as many worlds as there are people in the world because no two people are viewing the same world. No two people. I don't care your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. You two do not see this world exactly the same. That's what make us unique. You have your unique gifts, your unique hobbies and desires and habits, and so do they. And you just come to what? To appreciate their point of view, just like they appreciate yours. Right? We're not here to condemn folks. We come to uplift all. We come to lift up. If I be lifted up, then I shall draw all manifestations to me. The scripture says all men, right? If I be lifted up, I should draw all men unto me. Well, who are men? The manifestation, thoughts made visible. I should bring it all to me when I lift it up. How do I lift it up? Talking about it, giving my energy to it, giving my attention to it. That's how you lift it up. You draw all the manifestations to you, not some. All of it. Everything that's coming to your experience is brought into your experience by you, because of you, because of your attention to it. And what's your attention to it? The way you talk about it. That's your attention. The way you think about it. When you think and talk about a thing, you're giving it your attention. That's your acceptance to a thing. So your acceptance of the end wills the means to that end. And you can say, oh, no, I didn't believe it. Did you talk about it? Then you believed it. The question is, did you keep believing it? Which means, did you keep talking about it? Yep, that's why you're seeing it. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. You kept talking about it, which is why you keep seeing it. So all of you talking about, oh my goodness, I said I wanted, I said I was wealthy. I said I had more money. But then the very moment you said you was wealthy and had more money, you start complaining about prices. You started complaining about how your job don't pay enough. They don't ever really give a good raise. They used to give bonuses. They don't anymore. Oh my goodness. They messing with my money. Oh my goodness. They always raising taxes. Oh, I can't believe mortgage went up. I can't believe property taxes went up. Oh my goodness. Look at this health insurance. You're just complaining about money. And what you think about, you bring about. What you talk about comes into your experience. Your attention is the sap of life. So you complaining about the property taxes, don't make them go away. Don't make them lower. I love that I have more money to pay all my obligations. I don't care what the property taxes increase to. I'll always have plenty. I will always have an excess. I will always have an overflow. Because my cup runs over. Yes. I am aligned with heaven's economy. I love that my cup runs over. I love that I give freely and freely I receive. I love that freely I give and freely I receive. I love that when I give, it should be given back to me. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Shall wealth be poured into my bosom? Shall health be poured into my bosom? Decree what it is you want, and it shall be. But the key is, don't be double-minded. You must be singleness of mind. You must atone for your desires, which means you must be at one mind. That's atoning for your sins. Be at one mind. That causes you no longer to miss the mark. The day of atonement, the day of being of one mind. You no longer have to worry about sinning, missing the mark. Because the moment you make a decision, you remain faithful to the decision, it must come, it must show up. And so I know yesterday I was talking about the Latasha. Have you seen the movie about the Williams girls, Serena and Venus Williams, King Richard?
I've seen it yet.
Oh, you must watch it. Oh my goodness, it's such a manifestation movie.
Love it. Period.
Oh my goodness, because he said he had a 77-page book about their lives before they were born.
See, now that's a funk. See, now that is a funk there. Okay,
And
you put
he
points on
passed it out. He
yourself.
studied the tennis. He studied what they said would make them great. When he started to go on, campaigning for them to get the coaching and all of that, he would send out the pamphlets to the different people. He talked from the place of them already being champions, that they were already great, that Serena was already Venus was already number one. He said that he put Serena in the shadow of Venus because he knew that she was a fighter. And he said, yes, Venus is going to be the number one, but you're going to be known as the greatest to ever do it.
Period. Because yes, now that I remember, yeah, Venus was um, much more prominent growing up when I was growing up, and then Serena overtook her eventually.
Yep.
Funny because you just remember it that way, and if you weren't there, you would never have known.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's oh my goodness. He was like, stay to the plan, stick to the plan, stay to the plan. And what I loved about it, he reminded you can't look in what the world is doing. You have to keep your focus on you. You have to be single-minded. I mean, he didn't use those terms, but he was saying that you don't speak bad about other people, you don't put anybody else down, you remain, he called it humble, but I wouldn't call it humble. I would just call it mind the business that pays you, right? Like how somebody else played the sport or what they did is none of your concern. Your concern is only about your ability to be great, your ability to master self. Your self mastery is all that mattered.
I love it. I love it. I love how all the greats are definitely all singularly minded.
Yes.
Yes. One thing only.
Yeah. They kept saying the one, he just kept saying, oh, he was like, oh my goodness, if you're right, you're gonna have the next Michael Jordan on your hands. He's like, no, I'm gonna have the next two Michael Jordans on my hands. I have the next two. Right.
I love that. I love that. There was something I was watching the other day that was metaphysics in it. I'm gonna go back on mute because I had to remember now what it was. But I was just thinking to myself, like, oh yeah, this is all about thinking as a man thinking so boogie.
Yep. And Angel suggested they also have Being Eddie Murphy's documentary. And he was 13 years old when he said that he was gonna be famous by 18, and he ended up on SNL at 18.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That young on SNL anymore.
Yep. Anna, I did. Anna, yep. I watched it yesterday. I watched it. Hey, Anna, yep. I watched it yesterday. I was like, wow. Man, he was like one of the first, he was the first one to like be the box office like how they said Will Smith, for those summers of movies, he would come out and they would all be blockbuster smashes. Well, Eddie Murphy was the first one with was it Beverly Hills Cop? What was his first movie? Whatever his first movie. I don't know. I can't know what Beverly Hills Cop came. Well, he had Trading Spaces. He had Beverly Hills Cop. Oh, I can't remember that first one. That first was the one because the first one, it was supposed to be Richard Pryor was supposed to get the part, but Richard Pryor, he ended up 48 hours. Thank you, Anna. Yep, 48 hours. Richard Pryor ended up burning himself doing free bass. So he couldn't take the part.
Okay.
Yeah, wow. He actually talked about it. He did. He went on stand up and talked about. He was like, out of all the millions of people that do freebase, why I'm the one to get burned? Wow. To blow himself.
Yeah, maybe don't. Don't do that. That's hilarious.
48 hours. Yep. 40. It was like I was like, man, that's right. Eddie Murphy was that dude in the 80s. And he was talking about, how him, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Prince, Michael Jordan, all of them, right? It's when all of the, the black stars started really like making all of this money. Oprah Winfrey, right? Everybody in the 80s, it was like this great swell of, black celebrity really coming on scene and making more money than has ever been made by, those people in entertainment.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like, wow, they came on the scene. They blew it up. They blew the entertainment. They set the entertainment world on fire. They set it ablaze. And thing is that they've been saying these things the whole time, but when you asleep, you just don't hear it. When you are asleep, you have no idea of what's possible. And I'm not even gonna say that I mean, you can listen to Eddie Murphy. You hear, he don't get too much into it, but you can hear if you just paying attention to what he's saying, he giving you subliminals about, that it's all within you, it's all in your mind. It's because you have to keep saying it. He said it every day for like 5 years. He said it every day. And that's the thing. Some of us, we start saying it for like 1 or 2 days, and then we don't see a change, we give up because we want this microwavable instant manifestation. And you have to understand that in the third dimensional plane, everything is a process. All of these people claiming, oh, instant manifestation. You can look at their life and they're not having instant manifestation. I don't care how much they're trying to sell you, what e-course they're trying to give you, what books their life still took a progression. Everyone does. Even those who got the million followers on YouTube or on TikTok, they still went through a period where they didn't have it, where it wasn't there, where they didn't have it physically. Not they always had it mentally, right? They always saw themselves with it. But there was a bridge of incidents that had to take place in order for the thing to come forth in their reality. People desiring, 100,000, 100K, 500K, whatever it is, whatever you're looking for, right? Whether you're looking for fame, if you're looking to, sell albums, if you're looking to be, an actress, if you're looking to be a lawyer, a doctor, if you're looking to, to teach, if you're looking to dance, whatever it is, you understand there is a process. I don't know why we act like that isn't a thing. It's a process. That Michael Jackson, it was right. He started as a child star, right? His first album solo, it did good, but it wasn't great. That Off the Wall album was good, but when did the great album come? The next album. The next album was good. Was the great album. Not the. And what if he would have been like, man, I've been singing for years. I was with the Jackson 5. We had dolls, we had cartoons, we had commercials, we was doing everything. And I go solo. I just knew that everybody was gonna eat up. It was like a disco album. The Off the Wild album would be considered like disco, right? But he didn't want like, oh well, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do, so I'm just not gonna do music anymore. I'm just gonna give up. It didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen. No. Michael Jordan, he got hurt when he was deciding to take the Bulls to the playoffs for the first time. And the management was trying to tell him that he couldn't play. They would only allow him 7 minutes to play, through the rest of the season. He was like, what? So y'all trying to lose. Y'all had to lose. He called them a loser mentality because they were trying to get a lottery to get better players. And he was like, that's a loser mentality. I'm trying to, get them out of that loser mentality and onto greatness and to have a winning mentality. And then when they made it to the playoffs, then they took the restriction off of him playing, and he was able to play. Even though they lost the series, he made records playing. Like that was the first time he had won. I mean, he scored like 63 points in a basketball game, in a playoff game, right? So we have to want to have the experience of allowing it to come to us. Enjoy the journey. I think we get so obsessed with getting it, we forget to enjoy being. Enjoy being. Enjoy the moment. Be in the moment. Enjoy where you are. Love where you are. It's okay. It's coming. It has to. That's the law. And there is no delay. Remember, God is never late. Though the vision tarries, wait for it, because it shall come and not be late. You think that you're waiting, but it's actually preparation. You're not waiting for anything. You're preparing for the greatness. Hey, TMV. You got to get out of that mindset, oh, I'm waiting. No, you're preparing. You're being still. You're allowing it to show up. Right? It's all about how you perceive reality. That's why you get so impatient, because you think you're waiting for something to happen. No, you're not. It's already done. You're not waiting for it to happen. You're enjoying the becoming. You're enjoying the unfolding. When you know that you know, that's why it's important to get the conviction of the thing. To being confident of this very thing, says the script. Being confident of this very thing, which is convinced. Being convinced of this very thing, that he that has begun a good work in you is able to perform it at the day of Jesus Christ. And what's the day of Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ is the I am and the power and wisdom of God. At the day of the wisdom of God coming into full bloom, coming into fruition. And it is the power and wisdom that brings forth the desire. Because you don't know how to do it. You have no idea how to make a seed grow. You have no idea how a baby or a zygote becomes a fetus. You have absolutely no idea. You have no idea how the watermelon seed becomes a watermelon, or how the acorn becomes an oak tree. You just know that the acorn is the oak tree. That's all you know. You know you got to drop it in that seed though, and you know that rain and that sun got to do what it's got to do. But dude, you don't make the sun rise. You don't make the sun set. You don't make the sun give off its light. It happens without you needing to do a thing, without you needing to lift a finger. That's what we have to get in our mind. We have to get it in our consciousness that we don't make anything happen. Things happen all on their own. Their infinite intelligence, the wisdom of the ages is what's causing the thing to take place. You're not doing anything. You're just being. You're just supposed to be available. Be available. Just be available. Which means just be still and know. Being available means being still and knowing. Be still and know that all is good, that I am God. All is good. It's all working out for me. I don't know how, I don't know when. It's not my work. It's done though. It has to happen. That's law. That my word that I send forth, that comes out of my mouth, that's God. The word that proceeds out of my mouth, that's God. That's the life. Because these words I speak, they're what? Spirit, and they are life. So my word that goes forth, it will not return unto me void. You got to know that. You got to trust that. You got to believe that. You got to stand on that. Stand on your word. Stand on your word, because your word does not come back void. Just pay attention to what word you're sending out, though. Be aware. Pay attention to what you're thinking, because your thoughts are creative. That's the creator in you, your word, your thought, your thinking, your self-concept. That's all the same thing. And you don't have to do anything to make it so. And you just prove it to yourself. Oh, so you telling me all I got to do is think, and I don't got to do nothing to make it so? Yes, I'm telling you, just got to think, and there's nothing, whatever you do will be a compelling. It will be, you cannot not do it. It's a happening. You're going to try to resist it, and you can't even resist it, because it must take place. It has to. That's law. The body follows the mind. That's why you don't have to worry about what to do. And so that's all we tell you to read, listen to Reverend Ike, read Neville Goddard, read Dr. Joseph Murphy, read the Bible, read Florence Scovel Shinn, Emmett Fox, what's his name? Lanyon, what's his name? I can't remember his name. I read a couple of his books. I haven't read a few of his books in a while. Walter C. Lanyon, that's his name. All of these authors reminding you, is telling you, right? Read my book, free books, links are in the bio, Recipe for Life, 30-Day Transformation Journey, Daily Diamond Gems. All the recaps of my videos are on YouTube. All my lives from TikTok are on my YouTube. I have over 1,800 videos on YouTube, right? Decree and declare what it is you want and remain faithful to it. Hey, 100K the easy way, 100K on YouTube, 100K on TikTok. Hey, you got to speak it and be bold with it, right? Because nothing could keep you from experiencing anything you want other than you. You putting it out there doesn't stop it from happening. The only thing that stops it from happening if you don't believe it can happen. That's it. You telling it doesn't keep it from coming to place. It's your belief that it won't happen is the reason why it doesn't come. Being bold, you got to put it out there. And so that's why we tell you to watch these movies too. We're telling you about, Serena Williams and Venus Williams and Eddie Murphy and Michael Jordan and Kanye West and, all of these people that realize their desire and they're willing to tell you the story of how they believed in themselves. That's the central thing of all of these movies, all these documentaries, all these people that realized their desires was what? They believed it could happen and they didn't let the world tell them who they were. They told the world who they were. They told the world who they were. They told the world. The world couldn't tell them. They didn't know that the world dictate what was possible for them. Because if they let the world dictate what was possible for them, they weren't going to realize it. They were not going to realize it. Yes. Hey, Marcinda. Hey, say to myself. Hey. So, I will be going to watch my football, going to watch my Berry Bears. Ayla Toxic, I know that last week your Colts didn't do too well. They lost to the Steelers.
Oh my goodness. That was wild.
I was like, everybody say y'all the Cowboys lost, the Colts lost, but the Bears won.
Yeah, that was, let's see, was that 2 weeks ago?
That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
We went to London, and that's all I'm going to think about. I'm going to forget about that game. The London game to me, cheerio. All the London fans were 8-2. We're going to hopefully have another win. And next week, I think this week is a bye week for us. But yeah, it was very rough, that game. But then we came back the next week.
Right, Marcinda said, rewrite the script.
Exactly. I'm revising that script. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're back on track.
Yes. So someone asked, what does the scriptures mean in this context? So Isaiah 55:11. Well, first, your word is God. In the beginning was the word, right? Your word is God. In the beginning was the word was with God, and the word was God. And then the word becomes what? Flesh. And it dwells among us or within us. All right. Amongst can also mean within, right? And it says that all things that were created by the word. And there was nothing that was created that was not created by the word. So what is that telling you? That everything proceeds from thought. Everything was first a thought. Everything in your reality was first a thought. And so with that being said, your word, your thought, your thinking that goes forth out of your mouth, it's what you're thinking about, you bring about, what you talk about comes about. And it shall not return unto you void, but it will accomplish that which you please. Whatever you please is that what you're giving your attention to, because consciousness don't care about good or bad, wrong or right. It only cares about attention. So whatever you give your attention to, that's what you're going to bring about in your reality. Right? And it shall what? Prosper. It's always going to unfold. It's always going to manifest, because life is a manifestation. Life is that which is invisible is that which is subjective is brought into objectivity. The subjective becomes objectified, right? Because something that you can see, taste, smell, and experience, right? And so then John 10:34 tells you that Jesus answered them, is it not written in the law, in your law, that I have said, you are gods? And then he called them gods, unto whom the word of God came, and the scripture cannot be broken. It can't be broken. You are God, As Paul put it this way, great is the mystery. God manifested in the flesh. I know people want to think that's about a man 2,000 years ago, but it's talking about the mind. It's talking about consciousness. It's talking about source. It's talking about the awareness becomes what? An objectification. The subjective becomes objectified. The world is both subjective and objective. Subjection is the cause. Objectification is the effect. Objects have no power. They're projections. The power is the word. The life is in the word. The life is the word. I am the life, right? That's what Christ is known as, the word, right? And what do you say? I am the truth. I am the way. And I am the life. I'm also the door. I am also the resurrection. I am the cause. What is the cause? The word. Because the word is God. The word is the I am. Yes, the word doesn't depend on circumstance. Circumstance rearranges to obey the word. So Wednesdays night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we do have the manifestation night, 7 p.m. Wednesday night. You can watch the recaps of those on my YouTube for 99 cents a month. You can catch all recaps of Wednesday night manifestation that we only talk about manifestation, right? Where you can come ask your questions, come up in the box, share your stories, right? Ask your questions, you know, get a more understanding, right? Unlimit yourself, remove doubt. How does the script say? If thou would have faith as the seed of as the grain of a mustard seed, thou should say unto this mountain, be thy removed and cast into the sea. So the faith isn't about how big or small. I know that's what your religious leaders want to tell you. Oh, it's about small faith. No, because Jesus actually rebuked small faith, right? He said, oh, ye of little faith, how long shall I be with you? So little faith ain't gonna cut it. You either got faith or you don't. And ain't no such thing as little faith. Because basically he was saying, oh, you who have no faith. He called it little, but he was saying you actually don't have any. Because it ain't such thing as a little faith. It ain't no I kind of believe. Either you believe or you don't. Ain't kind of. Because no man knows the spirit of the man, but the spirit of that man. Like your mind knows if you really believe it or not. You know if you believe something. And so the faith of the grain of a mustard seed is about what? What the seed becomes, what the seed represents. The seed is the mustard seed. It is the tree plant. It is the mustard tree. It is the mustard plant. That's what the seed is. Like the apple seed is the apple tree. The acorn is the oak tree. So he could have said, if you would have faith as the acorn, the acorn seed, you shall say to this mountain. So what is the acorn? An oak tree. You are that which you are desiring. That's all it's telling you. You are that which you. So when you have faith that you already are that which you desire, you should say to the mountain, which is the doubt, which is the reasons why it can't happen. You can say to those doubts, to those fears, to those limitations, be thou removed and cast into the sea. See, you were never meant to climb the mountain. I know. Your religious leaders tell you got to climb the mountain. Gonna move on up the mountain. I'm gonna shake the devil down. No, ain't no moving up the mountain. It's moving the mountain. I don't need the strength to climb the mountain. I need the power to move it. Just the power to move it. Not the ability to climb it. I'm not climbing mountains. Unnecessary. Now you can. It's your life. You can climb the mountain. You can struggle and strain. When Moses is called to come up to the mountain, it's talking about coming to the higher realm of thought. It ain't talking about he climbed no mountain. It's saying that he elevated his mindset to the place of the God state. Arise and walk. You got to come up. You got to get up. Get up. Get up. Pick up thy bed and walk. Get up. How long are you going to keep rolling around in the mud? Get up. Come to yourself, prodigal son. Why are you rolling around in the pigsty with the pigs? Get up out the pigsty. Come to yourself. Return home, where the table is spread and the feast of the Lord is going on. Where you're going to get what? A celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Do. It's a good time when you recognize who you are, when you remember that you are the son of the living God. That's what the prodigal son did. Wait a minute. My father's servants live better than this. Let me just go home. Because what? I don't got to live like this. Who told me that? Oh, no. Let me get up. Let me go home. And the father sees him far off. Did the father say, now, God damn it, I gave you everything and you just went and wasted it all? Nope. Did the father say, how dare you come back and not have anything to show for your riotous living? Nope. What did the father say? Oh, my son, who was lost and now is found, who was blind and now sees, who was dead and is yet alive. Hey, bring that robe, bring that fatty cow, bring everything. Come on, it's a celebrate good times. Come on, doom. Gonna have a good time. Celebrate good time. Come on. Oh, thank you, Keo Couture. It's time to celebrate. Woo! I no longer have to walk in the miry clay. He lifted you up off the miry clay and put you on the shore. What's miry clay? Sand, right? Sinking sand. Quicksand. Using quicksand. Lifted you up out of that quicksand. Placed you on a shore foundation. The rock of faith. Because you got to have that rock of faith that cannot be moved regardless of circumstances, regardless of what you're seeing, regardless of what's going on. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm about to go watch my Berry Bears. I appreciate you joining YouTube, TikTok. Catch the recaps on YouTube. Subscribe. Prosperous Living with Toyia. Share the lives, share the videos. Those of you think who would benefit from this truth, from this teaching, from this knowledge, from this wisdom of the ages, that all is mind. Thoughts are creative. And you have the power to transform your reality just by changing the way you think. So easy. Think differently, remain faithful to it, and then it must show up. Until then, guys, till next time, have a great, great Sunday. Go Bears, go Colts. Bye-bye, guys.